Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Full show ahead. Lots to get to post NFL draft, some NBA, NHL playoff information updates there as well. Gentlemen, welcome to May. Welcome to May.
Well.
It is May Day today.
Is it really?
It is. It's May 1st. I can see you, Bill, as a big May Day basket guy back in the day.
So I researched the May Day basket yesterday.
I'm sure you
Went
did.
through the whole thing with that. So it started off as
A lot of time. On
a quest for love, is what it was. That's when like a young man or young woman would leave it on someone else's door or on their doorknob or on their door. A May basket with treats would be at the and generally flowers are the two things. So May basket, that's what it was. And there's some sort of a folk story about it. You know, if they caught you, you get to kiss them, that type of thing. But the May basket it goes back to the way 1800s. I looked it up.
1800s.
Yes, I studied it yesterday.
It's a quest for love.
It's a quest for love is
That's
what's
beautiful.
going on.
That's
with the May.
beautiful.
So I hope there's still people delivering May baskets out there. Is that still going on?
I was asking my wife last night. I said, I don't know. Do people still do this? Because I was in like elementary school. Yes, we did.
Yes.
But I haven't seen
Did you?
anybody do this for years. It
Yeah.
feels like.
I know
Did you
kids
still
still do it. My Laura did it with the girls. I know.
Okay.
So it's
Like
still
how
going
recently
on.
was that?
What's that? That
Today?
you're looking back. No, I wish it was. You're looking back in your 10-year mark.
Okay,
type of
10
thing.
years. Yeah.
I believe it's still going on. I think the good people of this world are still doing the May basket. I really admit that. So yeah,
Or
I hope
they
that's
just
still
get
going on.
Tinder.
Okay.
They're just on their phones now. They don't. They're too good
Yeah.
to go.
Just send me a
May
text.
basket.
Happy May Day. Yeah.
I'm really poking.
I'm
the bear
going to
today.
say right now, probably like in second grade class, I'm saying there's May baskets being delivered to everyone.
I think that third or fourth grade is probably the cutoff. Was what I
Probably
heard.
about what it is.
Fifth
I'm gonna
grade,
s-
you're too cool.
I'm going to
for
say
it. It's
right now,
over.
probably junior high kids. Imagine
Oh,
them
yeah.
doing that.
No, they don't do that. No
that's
way.
Not happening.
Quest for love.
It's a quest for love.
Matchmaker.com.
Yes.
Or Maydaybasket.com.
Maydaybasket.com.
Yeah, you could start a website.
It could
Mayday
be
Basket.
like that. Yes, it could be.
Kind of an old-fashioned one, maybe for older.
I kind of
Yes.
like that. I
Yeah.
don't mind
that would
at
be
all.
awesome.
Yeah.
Mayday love.
Maybasket.com.
Yeah,
No,
Maybasket.
Maybasket. Yeah.
Yes. I like that.
Maybasket.com.
I like that. So
Sorry,
I was out with Duke this weekend mushroom hunting, and we had to stop by. We were in Malcolm. We stopped by the general store, a great store there in Malcolm. Really
Malcolm.
cool. Malcolm, really cool spot. And I got gifts for you guys.
No, you didn't.
Something,
No,
still
you
gotta
did.
give it to me.
something I haven't seen for a long time.
You still gonna get?
Oh, look at that.
Candy cigarettes.
Look at
You
these.
don't see that much in
King's
you.
candy
I
cigs.
hadn't
I'm not gonna open
seen it for. I haven't seen it forever.
I'm gonna just keep this in my truck.
But how about that being a
It just
normal
looks
gift
awesome.
back in the day?
Look at that.
That was a normal gift of the day. To get some candy
Wow.
cigarettes.
Those they still have those.
Yeah.
Mayday baskets and
And
candy
candy
cigarettes.
These are your Mayday baskets.
Yeah, right.
Get some candy
The
cigarettes.
I'm just gonna put this in my truck and not open it. So it's like a
Do you
conversation.
remember Sipple like that? You won't remember this. On the end of them, they have like a little pink dot, like to show that they're lit.
Yes.
They have a little deal like that to show that they're lit.
Well, you could puff it.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Good
yeah,
puff.
yeah, yeah. I gotta say, candy cigarettes teach you how to manipulate the cigarettes. So when you're older, you look cool.
That's right.
Yes.
I look forward to trying this one out.
Yeah.
That's
Try
awesome.
one out.
This is awesome.
Yes, candy
He
cigs.
gave it to me despite our pre-show spat.
Yes, if you guys really missed like the entertainment, the fireworks were going off before the show. It was back and forth
Yeah.
anger here.
Thank you. Oh, come
It
on.
wasn't anger.
Someone was set off.
We
over
were
here.
just
You.
we were just talking on some things right there, which I still,
Yeah, that was the thing. I
which
think
I'm
Bill's
sure
full of it.
maybe we'll get to. Maybe we'll get to at some point in time.
This is a great gift.
That's what I do when I'm out there. I think about the show.
Candy cigs.
I think about the people. That's what I do.
26 Kings. I'm surprised they still have these. These are have these been in the store since?
That's
like
a good question. Is this only at this random store? Or can you
Well, I've
find these at other stores around
I
Lincoln?
don't see them anywhere.
I've not seen.
I
it
have
in
not
20
seen a
years.
candy cig anywhere.
I hope it's an original. I hope those got placed somewhere like in 1975 and they're still there.
It says like
Okay.
How about the
expiration
brand
date's
Kings?
1984.
Did you get some?
I did not get any. Yeah, I only had so much money. Actually, Duke supported me because I didn't have my wallet with me, so Duke had to help.
Well, thanks, Duke.
finance it.
Thanks, Duke.
Thanks,
Good
Duke.
guy.
Yeah,
Those
he
are
did.
great. That's an incredible gift,
Yes.
actually.
Gift of candy cigs. Yes, we need those. It's
Yes.
important for us.
Yes.
What else is going on?
Anything else this weekend at all? Exciting?
There's a lot, but there's a lot in my brain, so we'll just unpack it as we go. So we can talk about it.
There's going to be a lot.
I got a lot. I had a lot of full weekend.
So this is what?
May 1.
It's what? It's this. Ready for this?
Their sports takes are great,
Generally speaking,
but the random conversations are even better.
I don't know if you want to talk about that on the radio.
Hey, you just did.
You just did. I mean, we're not just talking amongst ourselves.
It's time for Idle Chit Chat on Early Break, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care.
Wow. Yeah. How about that?
That's
We got a
incredible.
little open now. I did a little
Jake,
work
you
this
didn't
week.
tell me that was happening.
I want to surprise you guys.
That was incredible. Because what's cool about that is I had a long question yesterday. You know what I did? I texted him. And they text me right
Texted
back.
Newton?
Yeah.
Newton's Lawn Care?
Yeah, I
Andrew?
did. I text Andrew
on Sunday.
on Sunday. He didn't give me the old, I'll get back to you Monday or like that. Text me right back. Here's what's going on. Here's this, and this. Here's what we can do. And we'll do this in the fall to help that out.
Bill,
Amazing.
Hey, we
Bill.
also have a Bill's Thrills open today. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some production work this weekend.
That
Got
was
Bill's
down here?
Thrills. I came in around 4:00 yesterday.
Yeah.
And I was here for about 2 hours. Hey, to
Really?
get some
Whoa.
stuff. Yeah.
Well, with all that's going on at home, we probably need to get
Yeah,
away.
that's right. Got to get away.
Got to get a break.
Put in work on a Sunday just to
Good.
get away.
little distance.
little
Yeah, a little
distance.
distance.
Good.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Healthy.
absolutely. Yeah.
And we had a prayer circle last
Yeah, you
night.
guys did. Yeah.
Prayers up.
Very important.
Prayers up. That's what comes up if all of a sudden there's complete boredom for 3 or
Yep.
4 hours. It's just a prayers up.
Prayers up.
Just the hands come through.
Everything's good.
When have you gone 3 hours without sending a text?
I see a lot of stuff
It's
out
about
there.
a half hour.
I see a lot of things out there. That's
Bill's
why
got an active mind.
I
He
do.
does.
Mayday. Yeah.
And he is the best screenshotter I've ever seen. It's just the facts. He screenshots, he highlights, he's still good at it. Make sure that we see what he wants us to see.
The only
Yeah.
issue that I have is I'm not on Facebook, so I see these things.
But he can screenshot them, though.
I know, but
I
isn't there
screenshot
stuff-
from Facebook, but occasionally it's a full deal.
Yeah.
Like there are some times that I agree with that. Like the music I sent you yesterday, you couldn't get that. Diamond Girl.
Yeah, you will occasionally send a link, but it's usually a screenshot.
Yeah, it's usually a screenshot.
Occasionally
Yeah.
sends a link that's like super long. Like,
Yes, the other day you saw like the whole screen. It took the whole. You didn't copy it correctly. It was like a whole text. It just had a bunch of numbers, and letters, not clickable at all. Couldn't click. It just took up the whole screen.
I guarantee it's important. You should go back and try to work through that. If it wasn't super important, it wouldn't be there.
it just
Oh.
screams old.
Oh, we have an update here. Thank you. This is
Yeah.
important about May Day baskets.
Okay.
People, are they still doing them? East, Lincoln, West
Okay.
says we still do it. Sat around the table with my daughters putting baskets together last night. That's pre-K and fourth grade.
Nice.
So fourth
That's
graders are
awesome.
still doing this.
That's
here.
That's awesome.
That's good to hear. Wes.
That makes me feel better about our country.
Unnamed Ken says my wife is the principal at our school, and she's having the resource students make May baskets today, and is handing them out to our stressed out faculty.
Nice. You know what? I wouldn't mind a May basket today.
We're all stressed. Come on, give us
Yeah.
a May Day
I
basket.
got a lot of stuff going on. I got a lot of stuff going on.
What
What about a May basket mini bike?
dirt bike.
Dirt bike.
Where's our dirt
So,
bike?
so for our trial runs for our time runs that we're going to do in Five Below parking lot
before the show and during the break.
during the break.
We'll be late for
Jake, you're up.
timing trials?
go.
Timing trials.
Yes.
We have
Yeah.
to get up. Anyway,
All right. Nyla says you can find candy cigs at a lot of souvenir stores when you're on vacation.
Can you?
Okay,
But
thank you,
around
Nyla.
here, I don't see them. at
I've
all.
not seen them. That's why I was so. And they're part of my life growing up.
We had a place called Rocket Fizz that shut down recently in Lincoln. That I'm sure
Rocket
you can
Fizz?
probably buy these. It's all like weird sodas
they ha-
and stuff like
Did they
that.
have Zots? Remember the
I'm
Zots?
sure they did.
Remember those?
They had all
Yeah.
sorts of weird stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, not
especially
weird stuff, just
novelty
specialty
stuff.
Yeah.
and this would be in there. I'm sure they had that. That place is gone now. So I'm sure our one place in
Oh.
Lincoln that would have had them is now gone.
Yeah, it was down in Teresa. There's a woman was named Teresa. She's from Schuyler originally, and she had that place. She did. It was down in the Haymarket.
Really? That sounded
Yeah,
like
it
an
was-
amazing place.
Oh, Bill would have loved. I mean, you would have. I'm kind of surprised you never went in there.
The old school.
well, you
candy,
were gone though, I think.
the old school candy bars. Remember the Marathon bar? Remember the Choco Light? Oh, that was remember that the Choco Light bar? Oh, that was amazing. No, there's that.
Bill,
Better
now,
days.
did you
Better
ever go in
days.
that place?
I did.
Bill would have.
Here's the
Bill would
problem, though.
have. He would have cried tears. Of
I
joy.
got a little bit repulsed by some things. And it's about the sodas, like the pops. It was like turkey and gravy pop. Like they went too far in terms of trying to make it unique.
But complete historical candy,
right?
I would be into.
I should look more at the candy.
Of it. That would be. Can I tell a quick candy story?
Yes, you can.
And this is on my mom, but she will. My mom will be like, "It's okay, you told the story." So on the Snickers bar, on the back it says satisfaction. You ever seen that? It's on the back. It says satisfaction. My mom has one. She goes, "This is amazing." She goes, "These satisfaction bars taste just like a Snickers."
No, she did when she was serious.
Serious.
Come on,
it was awesome.
No.
This satisfaction bar tastes just like a Snickers. Sharon,
don't they sometimes say hungry on the back of them too?
They have different things.
Hungry and
satisfaction
tastes just like a Snickers.
It's like a Snickers.
That's because it is.
That's because it is.
Snickers.
Yeah, we enjoyed that.
The Super C at 33rd and Sheridan has candy cigs.
Okay.
Per Anthony, and 33rd and A apparently has some too. The gas station there. So
nice.
There you go, King's Candy.
I got you King's Candy.
We will enjoy these.
I thought for a moment that you handed us
real cigarettes.
Pecan pie has something for you, Sip. Doesn't Cracker Barrel have candy cigs? Sip?
It's very possible.
You missed this, Bill. Back in the day, he would tell me that his Christmas shopping was at two places: Cracker Barrel and Shoemaker's gas station.
Well, go to Cracker Barrel, you understand. They have a great gift shop.
He would just get two places.
And Bill would love it because it's novelty gifts and they're old timey.
I would like that. Yeah, I would enjoy that.
Yeah, that's all he went to. Cracker Barrel and Shoemaker's.
Yeah.
That was it.
You can hit home runs.
That was
there.
the spot.
Nobody goes there. It's a shop.
Except for you. You keep them in business.
There's certain kind of jams you can get there.
Oh, God, yes.
Like a rhubarb jam.
Yes.
I don't know about rhubarb, but there's definitely jam.
Yeah. I get a lot of gifts at Tractor Supply.
That'd be good.
I get a lot of gifts at Tractor Supply.
Tractor Supplies.
They're similar things, yeah.
You can't get an Elvis
and
blanket
Cracker
at Tractor Supply.
Anytime when you drive by a corner, this happened a lot in Louisiana. That you just drive by some corner and it would just be huge blankets for sale, and it would be
Marilyn Monroe,
Elvis, Marilyn, all just all kinds of stuff. Kiss. Just stop and just get this giant blanket.
Yeah, you might.
The one you want. There's only one blanket that you really want that really matters, and that's dogs playing poker.
Yeah,
that's
God bless you.
That's the gold standard.
Yeah, that is.
That's the gold standard.
Yep.
That was in a lot of
I think that is.
I mean, if you had the dogs playing poker,
you're set. You're set.
You're set.
That's all you need.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that for a while, but that was major.
Still exists. Still a thing out there. All right, that's Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. Call them today at 402-440-6297 to get a free quote for a lawn fertilizer program. News over the weekend. We heard on Friday that Casey Thompson's leaving Nebraska and going into the transfer portal following the spring session. And last night, we learned that A.J. Allen, the running back, also entering his name into the portal for Nebraska football. Now, go ahead, Bill.
I think Steve Sipple, formerly of the Lincoln Journal-Star, now on 3 and now part of the program here, has done an outstanding job of saying that nothing surprises him.
That's right. Nothing.
He has quoted that.
Nothing.
He should be the one that is on like ESPN with that. He has
and
I agree with you. So nothing surprises you anymore.
Not really. I mean, there's going to be levels. There's going to be, but why would anything?
Well,
believe for
really good players. They're really good players. I mean, AJ, for a true freshman, and the end we got injured, would have had a lot more carries, and losing him was tough this last year when he got injured. Great young man, and I say the same thing about Casey. I mean, obviously he's got a lot of starts under his belt, at Texas and Nebraska. So that's a lot of positive starts and things that he's done. So those are two players they're very, very talented, and so whatever reason it is anymore, that is just the way life is now. So you just kind of adjust and move on with it.
I would say Casey captured our respect, and AJ Allen captured our imagination.
That's probably a good way to put it. Yeah.
Casey captured our respect for what he did, for instance, at Rutgers when you guys won that game. It was an incredible night, I thought. And AJ, 33 carries for 190 yards. And, then he broke his collarbone against Oklahoma as he was rising, I think.
Yeah. he was going. His carries are going to go nothing, but at that, and the reason behind it, not spoken directly to, no idea what exactly. Everyone will have a hypothesis on it.
That's the thing about this period. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. You don't see if a guy's in the portal, if a player's in the portal, particularly someone like Casey, who's a veteran player, but not just Casey, any player, you don't see much. They don't comment. It's not like they're reporter. They don't talk to reporters. So you don't really get any reason from that side. The coaches can't really talk about it. They just can't talk about it.
Hmm.
You're not going to get wouldn't you like to know what Casey's conversation with Matt Rule was like?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, there's
how are you going to get it?
Yeah, there's a firsthand. Now, I'll say this: when you said they can't talk about it, they can talk about it. The coaches can't talk about signees before they're signed as they're coming in. You can't make a big push if they wanted to, but there's just a code.
Yeah, that's what I mean. There's a protocol.
There's a code that's like you never speak on when someone departs your program. It's just respect him, glad to move on. That doesn't matter what school you're at.
Yeah, you don't see coaches out in the media saying, "Okay, this is why Peyton Thorne moved on." From
Michigan State.
Yeah, you're not going to see Mel Tucker in the media today commenting. Now, watch, you will, but it doesn't happen very often, right? Mm-hmm. Where they're talking specifically about a player.
Especially, it should always be that way, but especially now, you have to be very open and very. He has made a decision to move on. We honor his decision because when you're talking about that, you're talking to somebody else's son too that might be coming to your place. So you want to do everything above board on top. You can't if it's just check this out. Check this rant out. Or
didn't want to compete, something like that.
Like that.
Right.
Yeah. Those things. Yeah. Just there's nothing. The thing you always want to say anytime you're talking to the media is what can be gained by it. No. When there's nothing to be gained, God, you don't want to say anything. Well, that's just a general thing. Don't say anything. And you have to get up there a lot. And there's a lot of times when, boy, you'd like to be like, number of times you've sat around staff room or by myself or whatever, just been like, boy, I'd love to have said what really went on.
I know.
I'd love to have said what really went down.
Right.
But I can't.
100%.
And I won't. And you just get that. There's that. And probably players have some of the same thing. If they would like to be able to say what really, situation. But there's time to say say what.
Yeah, you just don't see. I mean, I think people have a decent handle on that. Some of it's very self-evident. New offense doesn't necessarily fit him perfectly because they're going to run that position more. They brought in their hand-picked guy, meaning the new coaching staff. So the writing was sort of on the wall, and I had this idealistic notion, which is really idealistic. It's probably outdated. That, you just have two guys that have a lot of starting experience battling it out. You're not going to see that very often anymore.
No,
because there's options, and Casey has a lot of options. He's at Auburn today. He's probably there for all I know, which means probably they're already in contact. Florida's very interested in Casey too, and there'll be others. A long line.
Here's what's happened. Nebraska went from 6 quarterbacks down to 3.
Isn't that amazing?
Richard Torres, Logan Smothers, Casey Thompson, all to the portal. Now you have Jeff Sims, Heinrich Harburg, and Chuba Purdy.
I was telling Bill on Friday, it's fascinating world. The world's fascinating. On Monday, we were talking about this glut of scholarship quarterbacks. By Friday, there are other radio shows asking me, Sip, do you think they'll go in the portal and try to get somebody?
No.
Monday.
Yeah, welcome to the
glut of quarterbacks. 6. Have you ever seen Sip where they have 6? Friday. Hey, you think they'll go in and get somebody?
That's quite a number. That'd be 50% to you and me in mathematics.
That's right. Good math. Well done.
Yes.
Well done.
Now, will they though? It's a probably legitimate question.
Hey, how much do you trust your backup quarterbacks?
Well, wouldn't you? Now, I can handle this. Bill doesn't have to comment. There's a big drop off from Sims, Jeff, to the two line, whoever that is, be it Heinrich Harburg or Chuba. There's a drop off, sizable drop off. In fact, if now this sounds harsh, but if Jeff Sims were to go down in August, what would you? How would that? Okay,
Oh,
no,
boy.
that's
a real old boy
I'm just
right
gonna
there.
throw that out. Okay,
With the current situation with the three
yeah.
quarterbacks
If
they have,
anybody would like to push back on the notion that there's a drop off from 1 to 2, I would just ask you this: how would you feel if the starter went down in August?
freak out mode.
That's all I'm saying. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you go in the portal and get. I don't know.
Well, I think
Peyton
also
Thorne's available.
it'd be a very tough portal, just because it's like people would probably view it like, okay, Casey left feeling that maybe it was going to be a tough. Maybe I don't know this. I have no idea.
I know
It's
you're
like
going.
they have a starter. They have someone's been there all spring.
Yeah.
So who's coming in?
100%.
Who's coming in to be like,
Tough
okay,
portal.
so that'd be a tough portal. That'd be for anybody. That's not just Nebraska. It'd be any spot. Like right now, it'd be like, okay, where certain teams like set right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go,
yeah.
Hey, I'm going to go to USC. Is it open? Is Caleb Williams? Is it open competition? Who's going to?
Caleb still there?
He's
okay.
He's still there, but I get my equal snaps, right? No, you don't. You won the Heisman. No, you
That's
don't.
a good point.
Yeah. So you always
Will they go in the portal, Nebraska?
So you look at different things. That's why fit and things are so important. I told you guys the other day, I go that Smothers in the right situation. Like I said, last year the offense that was run by Coastal Carolina fits like a Logan Smothers very well. It's
does.
It's like split back veer option out of shotgun.
Oh yeah.
That's kind of what it is, and they've been very good with it, obviously. So there's some.
Will that still be the offense with Beck there?
I don't know that for sure. I don't know that. That's Tim is an offensive guy, and that's not his offensive system.
They ran the pistol.
And so
Beck ran a pistol.
Yeah. So pistol. Who invented that?
Don't do that.
I got that one.
Do you?
It's the Nevada coach, right?
Yeah.
Rocky
Rick Alt. Chris Alt.
Chris Alt. Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Chris Alt.
Chris Alt invented the pistol. Now Beck didn't just run totally the pistol.
No.
But he ran some pistol and he ran some diamond. Remember that?
I do remember the diamond.
So was say this, it would because the stuff that also down the quarterback's a runner. He's involved in things, so it would still be a success in that. But anyway, my point is of just how things can fit for you sometimes. Just remember, like that was like you said.
Oh yeah.
The cliff I had to kind of stand on for Joe Burrow when it's at the end there. That's kind of I'm getting him to come to LSU to be the starting quarterback, but he'd never played a meaningful snap ever. The only passes he had thrown was when they were up by 30. He'd never
at
played
Ohio
at
State.
Ohio State. He'd never played a meaningful snap. Now, he had an unbelievable spring, and most people felt that he had won the job in the spring.
Over Dwayne Haskins?
Over Haskins.
Is that right?
Yep. Yes, they felt he'd won the job. But then what it came down to was that Haskins had played, and then also the last game that Haskins played, he played Michigan, and they just stomped
tore
him
him apart.
Yeah,
just killed him.
So that's not dumb either by the staff at Ohio State to be like, hey, he was a first-round draft pick.
He was
He
indeed.
was a first-round draft pick.
He was indeed. Now, so Casey's situation is that I don't know what to say about AJ Allen. People did have there was a lot of sort of rumbling about it.
What did the people say?
Well, they were thinking maybe he would be jumping in the portal.
Really?
Yeah,
There's a lot of guys in that group at running back spot. Can he go somewhere else and potentially start right away?
Yes.
AJ Allen.
Now here's the
He could
deal.
have started here.
He had been hurt. He was in the green jersey for a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
He was in the yellow jersey, which was complete. No, he wasn't. He was in the green jersey most of spring, and it was a concussion situation. Now in the spring game, I think he carried 7 times for 18 yards. He didn't look like himself to me. He didn't, but that's obvious because he hadn't practiced much during the spring.
No. The one thing about AJ is that the redeeming quality. You always, anytime you're in recruiting,
He's got a lot of those.
anytime you're in recruiting, the first thing you always start off with is redeeming qualities when you're talking about. There's nothing drives me worse when you talk about a player that you're watching, and obviously he's got Division I offers, so he's talented. And the first thing is, I don't know, he looks a little. How about we start off with the redeeming qualities first?
Yeah.
It's like, what does he have? What does he have? What can he do? There's always going to be something, okay, they push back on. You always start every conversation, if you're a veteran dude, in redeeming qualities. If someone put a player up that I didn't even, in my mind, I'm like, I don't like this guy at all. But somebody else might be like, He's got good length. I see why you recruited him because of his size. He comes from a program that wins. That's a positive. Or he comes from this. Then you kind of go down the deal. Here's where I have some reservations. You have those things. Well, the one thing with A.J. Allen that was such a redeeming quality was that nothing was too big for him. It didn't bother him to hand him the ball as a true freshman. And again, he wasn't like, no, he's fine. So just his mentality of the moment's not too big. When the moment's not too big, your chances of success are really good.
And he was a glider.
Yeah.
He was a glider. He ran so easily.
He was smooth out there.
And he was beautiful between the tackles. Now, I mean, you might put. I'm just gonna say it. You might push back on it. I thought he was beautiful between the tackles.
He could run. Yeah, he's an interior runner.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, players like that also where they always come into phase at some point in time. They come into your special teams also, because that's someone that's going to be okay. If you're not the guy, you're going, hey, I got to cover kickoffs. I got to cover punts. I got to do some things. Be a kickoff returner, all those things. He had abilities to help in some of those phases.
Okay, now we got to get to this, guys. Nebraska's okay. Now, by the way, Jaleel Martin went in the portal over the weekend too. He's a 3-star. I guess he was a defensive back, and then he was playing receiver. He was wearing a gray jersey. Around. He was wearing a gray jersey this spring, which meant both. Now they have 10 guys in the portal, so they're at 88 scholarships. They have 88 scholarship players on hand. You understand?
Yes, I got it.
You got that?
Got
That's 3 over. Now, here's the thing that people don't understand. The portal technically closed yesterday. Okay, so you can't go in the portal today, except there's an issue. For 2 days, you're still going to hear portal entrance. So I think Nebraska.
Why is that?
Because they got 48 hours. Yeah, it's a process.
All you had to do was just send an email by 11:59 last night.
Yeah, and then now
just to the compliance rate. Yeah. So just this shows that I'm in.
Thank you, Bill. Yeah. And then the compliance department has 48 hours to process.
Yeah.
So you'll get some more today and tomorrow. And I imagine at Nebraska you'll get a couple more. I'm not going to say the names, but you'll get a couple more.
The other thing to remember on this for the fans out there, you're going to hear more transfers after that. And you're like, hold it, portal's closed. This does not pertain to grad transfers. Grad transfers can go at any time.
Oh, that's good.
So if you're a grad transfer, so 2 weeks from now, someone go, you know what, I'm out.
Is that right?
And you can leave as a grad.
So Peyton Thornton's a
Peyton Thorne.
Yeah.
God, Peyton Thorne.
He is a grad. Yeah, we'll have to delve deep into that.
Oh, you do? You sure?
Yeah.
Maybe we should.
I got you candy cigarettes. You need to maybe back down.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You take it easy on Bill over there.
Now, wait a second. Now, 88. So they're Nebraska 3 over. 3 over. They still got to get to 85. But you know what? They're well on their way.
They did a good job getting down to 88.
Sounds like they're like in a very good spot. And I'd imagine, again, there's different ways to manipulate your roster with things that can happen. But then they have to get down. I would imagine more, because I'm sure with things going on in the portal, that Nebraska is looking at who's in there.
So they might
if they're going to bring in, if you're going to bring in 2 or 3 more, then that also affects you a little bit. But there are ways through NIL that's a lot of programs are doing, is they can find a way to supplement them through the NIL.
Or just match the scholarship
money. So it ends up being, the same. And then you just reduce yourself to a walk-on. Is what you do. And then, but you still get the money part of it, the phase.
The one element that we should add came from Mitch Sherman on his Twitter. Mitch Sherman of The Athletic wrote on Twitter that
to
the rest of
everyone else.
Twitter.
Yeah, we're Twitter. I don't know what that even is.
What's the fancy version of it? Yeah. The pinky up version.
That
Mayday.
Smothers would be open to returning. Just because you go in the portal doesn't mean you can't. Just because you go to Wichita doesn't mean you can't come back to Lincoln.
Yeah. He knows the road home. It's an easy drive.
So maybe they would go back in to the portal, Nebraska, and get Smothers out. I don't know.
Yeah, I said from no inside information, I have no idea.
But they go from 6 scholarship quarterbacks to 3, and now you're like, ooh, do they have enough? They also have Jack Wokey,
don't forget Jack.
Yeah, Jack Wokey. And he came from Ole Miss. Now he's a walk-on.
I like this text from Wet Blanket.
I'm gonna tell you right now,
Bill's gonna like it.
I really enjoy Wet Blanket.
Yeah, how about this one? This is from Wet Blanket. Yeah, he says, "What? Wait a second. Did Bill just say that coaches only tell media what benefits them? You mean they don't just truthfully answer questions? I hope Sip remembers this when he does his season preview and picks Nebraska to win 7 games based on, quote, things he's been told by his, quote, sources.
I'm at 6 right now. I'm at 6.
Wait, now, hang on. Now, read that to me. Did Wet Blanket say that there was false information?
He said.
I just said there's information.
He
that was
said,
not given.
Did Bill just say that coaches only tell media what benefits them? You mean they don't just truthfully answer questions?
Yeah, there's some things that you just there's some things that you just can't. You just say there's like a code to it. Like I'm not gonna take a. It's like when something goes bad with a player, you don't be like, what happened? Why did you lose that game? Oh, it was our left tackle, 100%. If he plays better, we win, and it's not me. And we had great plays, and it was the left tackle, and it was the kicker. That's who it was. And you guys know their names and their numbers, and you probably have their cell phones, so contact them.
Not on me.
Not on me. Not doing that. No, everyone's gonna take the hey. This one's on me. That's gonna be the deal. And that's the way you treat it inside too. There's never like a player you're gonna like say always you heard the term throw under the bus. You don't want that once you don't do that.
Left tackle and the kicker. And here's their
left tackle. Talk to him.
Like I've always said that we'd like to have that for the officials. And this is the line judge, and this is where he lives, and this is his home. This is his cell number. And this
would have been funny if Bo had been like, "Hey, Sipple, call the line judge."
Yeah. That's what he says.
On the podium.
See what he says.
He blew it for us.
Yeah. Oh, that's good stuff. Right
Thank
there.
you. One last text says, I'd feel way better if Logan Smothers did come back from the port.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, they're going to run that position. I don't.
He's a great young man too. Like I said, like that. He's one of those guys that's just there's not one person in the program from strength to academics to everything like that. It's just not like check. All those things. He's had some weird things happen to him. Then he was injured, was able to perform in the spring. But he's
shoulder.
He's a great person.
Yeah, Logan did not participate in spring drills because of a shoulder surgery. Nor did Casey. But Casey at Auburn today, and you'll see a long line of schools.
When we come back, what's going on at Michigan State right now? What's going on at Sparty? Let's take a dive.
We'll ask Bill.
Next,
Sipple says nothing.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
The Empire brand is growing with ESC fabrication and sandblasting. ESC is your place for custom handrails, industrial and commercial painting, and more. ESC provides custom welding for aluminum and stainless steel and media blasting of all sorts. ESC is great attention to detail. They stick to deadlines and keep within your budget. If you can dream it, they can make it. Contact ESC Fabrication and Sandblasting in Waverly today at 531-207-9329.
Mary Ellen's Food for the Soul. Smoked meats, amazing sides. The only problem when they fix you a plate is that at some point, that plate will be empty. But hear me out. What if that plate was never empty? That dream can be your reality with the Mary Ellen's Express Lunch Buffet. From 11 to 2 every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday. All you can eat. And it comes with a long lunch.
You planting this spring? Make safety your priority. LES requires any landscaping or trees to be planted a safe distance from electrical lines and equipment to give crews safe access. Visit les.com/trees to learn more.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400. Constructors is now with labor on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com. Dive into good times and great savings when you take advantage of the above-ground swimming pool sale happening now at Bonzall Pool and Spa. All in stock 50% off through the end of May. You don't want to miss out on this hot deal. Visit our showroom at 33rd and Pioneers today. Learn more about the promotion at bonzallpool.com. Bonzall Pool and Spa, every day made better.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brandt.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire State is your go-to buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419 for needs. Ben Biker with Professional Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Sunny skies. It will still be a little windy, though, today, as north winds could gust over 30. We'll be looking at an afternoon high of around 63. Clear skies tonight, a little cool with a low down to around 35. Not quite as windy tomorrow, sunny and a little warmer. We should see a high of around 66. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Sipple, you are an idiot.
Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I will preface this. We heard that.
Sorry.
The mics are on.
Mike's on.
I will preface this by saying that before the show, we had some fireworks in the studio between you two. It was great.
Yeah.
I had my popcorn. I was watching as it all
Yeah, and
went
I'm
down.
not going to do it again. So
Well, I'm going
to
to read a headline I see from On 3 here regarding Michigan State football. Now, you did mention in the first segment Peyton Thorne, their quarterback, is in the portal. Here's the
And
headline.
Keon Coleman.
Here's the headline.
Keon Coleman in there?
And their
Hang
starting
on.
corner.
Yes, hang on.
No, Keon Coleman's a starting receiver.
It says Michigan
And their
State.
starting
This is,
corner, I said.
yeah, okay, hang on. I'll read the headline and then we can discuss. Michigan State football loses Peyton Thorne and Keon Coleman to transfer portal. Questions arise for Mel Tucker is the headline there.
Well, they should.
So what was the argument before the show?
No, there really wasn't an argument. We just had a.
What was the argument?
We weren't even arguing. Always, Jake likes to stir things.
Yeah,
up.
I
Listen,
Evidently.
I just sat there and I listened
He's
to
used
it.
to being on the golf team, so everyone just says, "Hey, that's a good shot. Anyone can miss that putt. It's okay." And what did you use? Is that a 4-iron? What is it?
Just trying that.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is for
I
vote.
got
Yeah,
people's hands in
yeah,
the golf
yeah,
course. It's
exactly.
true. I did.
Anyhow,
I was
anyhow.
obviously, I guess that there's something that's not going great. You can't say there's something going great there.
Mhm.
Sipple is probably a little less than me. So I wasn't saying that this program's
Right.
crashing.
Right.
Mel Tucker should be fired, but but something's going on there because, like they said, the part they want to add to that is their starting corner went in last night also.
Yeah.
So, but you take the starting quarterback and Sip, you did some research on that with. I mean, it's an open competition, but where did it end?
Well, so yeah,
At
Tucker
quarterback, yeah.
opened it up, but it was clear after spring who was number one.
Yeah, I mean,
Peyton Thorne.
Thorne's the guy.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
the
it's
guy.
not even
2-year starter.
2-year starter.
Started
not
for
even
6,000 yards.
6,000 yards, like
Started for
49,
6,000.
like 49 TDs.
Yeah, they won the damn Peach Bowl.
Oh.
I mean,
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Disappointing
ago.
year last season.
year.
Very, very good 2 years ago. Very
Yeah.
good.
And
11-2, good.
Then the question would be, if you did the research, would be probably okay. They lost their running back. The transfer in from Wake Forest that was so good for him.
Yeah,
that's so
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker.
So he was gone. So I'd imagine I'd be hard pressed to say that it was on Thorne. I'm going to say it's somewhere within the supporting cast, somewhere up front. The run game probably not being the same. There's probably some things that were a little bit different for that to take place, in my opinion.
So without judging it, just on the surface, they lose their starting quarterback, Peyton, lose their receiver, Keon Coleman, then they lose a starting corner in East Lansing.
Saying right now, so if you're right now what's going on is the Michigan State assistant coaches are on the road recruiting. So they're rolling into some schools, 7:20. How's it going?
Yeah, I mean,
we're all over you probably read about us. We're all over we're everywhere.
So who's the backup quarterback? They have some guys.
His passing was somewhere like 14 for 17 or so. Anyway, so
he only attempted 17.
It's under 20 throws is what he has.
Right. No, his name is Kim.
But he was obviously second string. Peyton was no doubt leaving the spring the favorite to win the job again for a third straight year.
I imagine it was probably not even up for debate.
Noah Kim was the guy. So let's just go through it real quick. So Noah Kim was the top backup, I would say. He's a redshirt junior. 38 snaps over 4 games last year. 38 snaps. Okay, that's all he played last year. He is a redshirt junior, so he has some experience. Then after that, there's a kid named Caton Hauser. These names mean nothing to nobody. Caton Hauser's a redshirt freshman. So he completed 1 of 2 last year. Played against Akron. And then they have Sam Levitt, a redshirt freshman from Oregon. So unknowns, largely unknowns behind Peyton Thorne, who was a good quarterback.
I think it's also more intriguing just for the fact of the 10-year, $10 million a year contract. That still makes it more intriguing. That's why people pay more attention.
Mel got paid.
They had 1 year.
That first year.
He was at Colorado, not good. First year, Michigan State, not good.
Right.
Had a year.
Had 11-2. He threw 11-2.
11-2. Got a 10-year, $10 million. Found a running back. Got a $100 million contract. 5-7. And right now, you'd be hard pressed to say, I think Michigan State wins the East.
No. Oh, yeah. No one's saying that.
Really hard.
They're looking at fourth or fifth.
Yeah, right now you're sort of going
fourth at best.
You're going like, okay, how are we going to match up against Ohio State?
Yeah, Michigan, you're right. I mean, the one thing you have to say, I mean, it looks like trouble. I got to acknowledge that. It looks like trouble.
It does.
It looks like trouble from the standpoint of those are good players.
So the biggest thing to talk about,
those are good players.
Not big thing to talk about, but I was more like, man, that just the perception is so bad, and the perception is bad.
It is bad
because the first thing that comes to your head is like, what's going on inside the building? And you pushed back and said, probably not that much. It's probably going okay, right. And probably it's always less. It's the classic of it's never as good as you seem or as bad as it seems. Yeah. So it's somewhere in between there. So it's probably not as bad.
Right.
But I just wonder what like the rest of the team is sitting there like right now going like, what's going on?
Well, you're right. I mean, you were right in that the perception's not going to be good.
May not be that bad, but the perception right now is the Wolves are out. Right. I just hope there's a fun tweet from Harbaugh. That's what I'd really enjoy. I would love to see.
He's not doing his.
Check
it out.
I wish Lane Kiffin was in the Big Ten because he would send something out. It'd be really fun.
I think Harbaugh's doing Twitter. Harbaugh's doing less.
He's doing way less. Yeah. He's doing way less of that.
Okay, he's on Twitter.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day. You don't see Harbaugh.
Jim Harbaugh has not tweeted since 2020.
Really?
September 15th of 2020 is his last tweet. That
he's calmed down. He's knocked it off. He still gets in front of the microphone sometimes.
Yeah, get in front of the mic. But I'd like to see something fun out of them. So hopefully they'll fire something out.
I was seeing that, in terms of where Peyton Thorne might go, 3 of the places were Big Ten schools.
Really?
This is Mike Farrell, friend of the show, was on with us before. He put Minnesota as a top option possibly for Peyton Thorne, Illinois, and Northwestern. 3 different Big Ten schools possibly for where he might end up.
I would counsel him not to go to Northwestern. Seriously. Don't do that thing where you come to me and say, well, now they're due for a 9-win season.
No, I'm not going to.
I don't think you leave Michigan State to go to
Minnesota.
No.
What about Minnesota?
Oh, Minnesota? I can see Minnesota.
Yeah,
No. Not Northwestern. I can see Minnesota.
What about Illinois?
Could see it.
They're trending upward, right?
Yeah, they're pretty solid like that.
Brett.
Yeah.
Bert.
Yeah, he calls him Bert.
Sometimes
That's
Bert.
okay.
Bert's his common nickname.
Nickname
Brett for some
Bert,
reason. People
yeah.
call him Bert.
So yeah,
but I know this. He'll have options when you have those kind of numbers.
Oh,
that he has. You have to too that Casey's got a lot of options now, according to what your research.
He does have.
I
options.
have no knowledge of what those options.
He has
are,
options,
but it's
Florida and Auburn right out of the gate.
But it's interesting. He's coming off a shoulder surgery.
I know.
So it's not one of those things where I thought and if it was NFL, they'd be like going, no.
He has good film. I mean, he has some film that's not great, but think about it. Think about what he did against Texas, or think about what he did against Oklahoma when he was at Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Had a big first half. Yeah. He can put that Iowa game out there.
Well,
I mean, his last game, they won. You might have remembered this.
You might recall this, Bill.
Nebraska went on the road and beat Iowa, and Casey had a great game. He had a great game. Threw a ball downfield.
He did. He did.
Not a very aggressive game plan.
But just think about that. When there's some teams out there right now that are willing to that we need him, and he didn't practice this spring because of a shoulder injury.
Right.
If it was like an oblique or something,
right shoulder,
throwing shoulder,
pretty important thing.
That's a big deal.
It is.
I mean, because you say you know absolutely that what he is. No, you don't.
No,
you don't know absolutely when you have to your throwing shoulder.
Teams. There's just teams that aren't happy with their quarterback situation. I mean, think about Michigan State right now. They lose Thorne. Would they look at Casey? I would think so.
Why wouldn't they?
Right?
Oh, I'm sure they would.
Yeah, I think they would, based on what they have available. I mean, Casey is 24 years old. He's a grown man. There's like when you were just saying a little bit ago, look at the pluses first. There's a lot of pluses with Casey. It's not perfect picture, but 24 years old, can learn an offense quick, knows offenses because he's been in several, and can learn fast. He's a proven quick learner. He does throw the ball down the field well.
Very well.
I always was struck by how calm he could be in the madness. You know, he was never. I don't know about you, Bill. You're closer to it than me, but I never worried about Casey. I mean, on game day,
no,
I never worried about him. He wasn't going to flake out. You know, he'd probably throw a pick or two. He threw 10, but not flake out. I've seen people flake out.
Yeah. No, that wouldn't be a problem with him whatsoever. It would just be, that would be the thing you would say. Again, you go redeeming qualities first.
Yeah.
First thing I'd be is what? Played a lot of games in big games. He's played in the in the Big 12, and he's played in the Big 10.
Red River Rivalry.
So he's played in big games. He's had to play against good teams. So that's a big part of what he's done. The age that he's at, where he's at in his life, all those things are all pluses. Then you come back to, okay, there's some film you probably wouldn't love.
Right.
And then it would be injury. That would be the thing that would be like, okay, he's got a throwing shoulder injury. Where's he at?
He was hurt in Nebraska because he wasn't getting protected all that well. I remember the hit at Rutgers. He got hit from three sides. Got hit from three sides.
The fact he came back in that game was incredible. And that was that was a big hit. When we come back, song of the day and Bill's Thrills on early break on the ticket.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offer non-surgical options. Our patients experience they've had 14 years of success with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how it's for joint medical.com or call 402-100.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer tons of services: ceramic, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. Where can you go to get services like that all in one place? Schedule your appointment today at renewyourauto.com. See what Renew can do for you.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable views of action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $20 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers.
Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking cafe. Motor old school comfort food with a 21st century and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carryout, or schedule catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. No pressure, just professionalism.
Attention Lincoln. Looking for an effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't been able to accomplish on your own? Body Fit Training science-based programming is led by multiple highly accredited coaches who will help you get the results you're capable of. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build muscle, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For a limited time only, book a free class or exclusive trial offer by visiting bodyfittraining.com. Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for special needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs to live a fulfilling life. They're also hiring. If you're looking for a more rewarding career, learn more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and save up to 25% from May 1st through the 6th. Landscape Supply Spring Landscape Day Sale. Open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 to
Sports takes. Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough guy this morning?
But you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that created this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Once again, your song of the day, You Get What You Give, by the New Radicals from the 90s. 464-568-5. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
Pretty good song from the 90s.
Yep.
Not very inventive on your part. I can't go higher than a 4.
Oh, come on. You were bouncing to that thing, and you sang.
It's all right. I mean, it's a good song. It's all right.
Then how can you go to a 4 then?
Because there's not much there. I mean, it's just stock candy. I'll go 3.
Oh, my God.
Come on. 3.995. So
That's
short
good.
of a 4.
Your
That's pretty good.
reaction looked like a 7. You sang,
Decent
you bobbed
song.
your head,
It's got
you
some-
sang, and you gave a 3.9.
There's definitely some value. Where did it take you, Bill?
Took me to kind of a really cool hipster, would it be cocktail party something?
Yeah.
But it's just an awesome background song.
Okay.
It's not a lead song. It's not a grabber song. You like to have it on. You're kind of like, all right. You kind of
Hipster.
I like that. I like that. I like that. And
Bobbing.
but you're still talking to people while you're listening.
You're
to
not.
it.
Yeah, you don't got to.
Yeah, So with that, I'm going to go with a 4.96.
Okay. That's respectable.
Yeah, 4.96.
See, 3.9 for bobbing and singing along is just offensive at this point.
There's just not much. There's not much meat in the bone.
No, there's not.
Bill's score is much better today. Thank you for that. Some ratings before we get to Bill's thrills. Corey and Lincoln says
4.9.
It's better.
Happy with it.
You gave it a 3.9. You gave it a 3.9.
He didn't give it a 5.
He wasn't showing the
Then he
same
said there's
type
not
of.
much meat on the bone.
He
gave
was
it a
not
rave
giving
review.
the same-
I got applauded.
I did. He was
Thank
giving
you,
it.
Bill.
Thank you.
There's not
Thank
much
you.
meat on
You
the bone.
gave him
Thank
a
you,
lot
Bill.
more emphasis than he did, and your score was lower. 7 from Corey and Lincoln. Yeah, he's a tough grader. 7, a high score.
Take it very personally.
Guilt Nerd, 8.1. Harper, 2. Harper's dad, a 4.
What was that? A 2?
Yeah. Craig, 5.5. Notorious B.I.B., a 3.1. Jennifer, 7.5. Hubby, 6.7.
Oh, they liked it in that house.
That's right.
Yes.
Nyla, 10. 10.
Nice.
That's right.
10 now. That's
10.
a little strong.
Nyla.
That's a little strong to get 10 there. That's a lot.
Jeremy is 38 years old, 5'9", 185. He gives us a 5.5.
Okay.
I love you have his weight on
Oh,
there.
you asked for that before.
You do. And ACT score.
Sean says his ACT score is a 21, and he gives the score a 4.1.
He's smarter than a 21.
Yes.
East Lincoln West, a 5.3. Matt and South Lincoln, 1.2. The OG CJ, 6.2. All right. With that being said, it is time. We got an intro for this now. We have.
Oh, I like this here.
We have an intro. Actually, we need a legal ID real quick.
I got to hear this.
Let me get a legal ID. Then we'll do it. Just give me 1 second.
He was here yesterday.
I was working here.
He had a little time out.
Here we go.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth 93 hit.
Without further ado, for the first time ever, an intro for Bill's Thrills. Here we
I haven't heard this.
go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
this is
we
gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
All right, Bill. Floor is yours. Dirk, Scott, and
great.
Ty are sponsors at Mid-Plains Advisors for Bill's Thrills.
I had a chance to spend some time with Scott on Friday. Yeah, spent some time spent time with him and Chad like that. So that was awesome. Okay, here we go. Buckle up, guys. We're gonna talk some talk some football, college football, and that's that. We're gonna talk about art, preparation, blocking punts.
Okay, yes.
The art and the preparation for blocking punts. So last year, 2 years ago, was Nebraska was 128th in the country in block punts, 31. This year we were in block punts. Gotten extremely better with it. That's good. So there's a couple things you look for when you're going to block a punt. Okay, the ability to get off. The initial get off is so critical. So you got to eat up grass. Boom, from point A to point B right now. You can't sloth into it. It's got to be an initial get off to block a punt is so critical like that. And the next thing is the ability to put your face in the fan. The ability to, because you have to put your nose on the ball.
Oh, boy.
Your nose has to go to the ball. You have to see the ball like that. And I'm telling you right now, I have numerous people that be There's defenders that are in the Hall of Fame that won't block a punt. They'll flinch, they'll cringe. So it's not so much a toughness issue, just one of those weird things of how it's a quirky thing. I've seen guys that will tackle Earl Campbell, but they won't block a punt. It's kind of a crazy deal. So you have to be able to find out who has that ability. So we do drill work. We'd film it from ground level and from above, but the ground level will be from behind the punter, so you could see their eyes as they were coming through.
Some guys just stick their nose right on.
Boom, hand down, and I'm going to talk about the hands here in a second, but putting their nose on the ball was critical to be able to get done. So the major change came up for you guys was, and so this is how I changed all my thinking in blocking punts, is that it used to always be that you were taught forever, 2 hands, cross the bow, that's how you block a punt. 2 hands together, bigger surface, that's how you block a punt. Until the research went down. See all the research. In college football in the last 10 years, it's about 90% block punts are blocked with 1 hand. In NFL is 79%. Their protections are different, so you get some more free hitters. And so I changed everything. So all of our drill work was all how to block punts with just 1 hand for several reasons. 1, more length. You could get longer on the 1 hand than you could trying to bring 2 hands to it. So that'd be some sort of like that, some sort of like maybe geometry in that, simple like that. And then blocking punts with more length was a huge deal for us to be able to get that done. Also, with that, you had better body control. So the worst penalty probably in football is they're punting the ball. It's going to be your ball, and you rough the punter. You get that penalty. Well, with 1 hand, if you're not quite there, you could get out of it easier. The 2 hand is once you go to here and I'm laying out, that's a full commitment. You're into it. So sometimes it'd be really close. The next thing would be is the blocks happen like that a lot of times while you're still being blocked. So I'm being blocked, but I can still extend my hand. Or in college ball, for us right there, you would have there's a back shield, the 3 guys back there, and you would pierce the shield in between the crease and get 1 hand in to block a ball.
Okay.
So that's why we made a major change in all those areas like that. So we worked hard at that. And the next thing would be also with 1 hand, you could run faster. I use the term, don't pull the chute too early. If you watch a guy running 100 meters, his hand's not out in front of him. It would all be how you would run full speed. Then you would pull the hand out right at the end and just 1 hand. And then the thing is, don't volleyball it, I'd always say. People always want to do this.
Yeah.
They want to swat the ball. You want to just place your hand on the ball. That's a thump thump sound. You want to be able to get off this placing your hand on the ball. So those are all the things you go through technique-wise of how to block it. First of all, find out the guys that will block it. That's what you got to find out the most. And the last thing would be this scheme-wise, would be to have a chance of how you're going to move. So I usually there's always a clue when the ball is going to be snapped. So like for me, I'd have a captain. Grant Taggy was the captain. He was never going to rush. He was always going to line us and make our move call to stem into where we want to bring the block from.
Okay.
And it was always off a clue. Sometimes it'd be mouthpiece. So a lot of times a guy on the punt team would have his mouthpiece out.
Okay.
And he'd be talking, he'd put his mouthpiece back in. When that happened, they're getting ready to go. Or so you'd watch for his mouthpiece, and Grant would watch him, mouthpiece goes back in, move, and we'd all stem to where we wanted to get to. Or whether it'd be, or the shield would give you a clue. There was a clue somewhere. So we always work very hard on the other side of the ball of giving no clues up when your snap count, when the ball is going to be able to come out. So those are the things that came up in the teaching part of it to be able to get that done like that. The best punt blocker I've ever seen in my life was here at Nebraska, and he also would have been the best punt returner, and that was Baron Miles. He was the best punt blocker that I've ever been around, having that skill set of how to go up and under blocks and do different things with it to be able to get it done. So anyway, it's a very involved technique thing, how you go through it, how you scheme up the block, everybody wants the magic block, like the magic blitz, where, hey, we just call this blitz, a free hitter comes, hits the quarterback in the back of the head. And when you bring a punt block, sometimes it's going to be all about getting the one-handed block and the strain to be able to get that done. If you watch Jay Wright, the block to punt for us against North Dakota this year, we checked the blitz. So if they came out in a certain formation, we checked to the block, and if you watch his length. Watch his length of his hand that got out with the one-hand block, and that's why you teach, and that's why you do it. The percentages are crazy when you think about it.
Think about it this way on the geometry of the one hand versus the 2 hand. You never see a basketball player go up and try to block a shot with 2 hands.
Yeah.
They go up with one
hand
because you get better length.
More length, more control, more body control. Yeah. So it's but it's a great job by the kids. We blocked one for a touchdown this year.
Job and right.
And they went from 128th to 7th. Yeah,
it's a big leap there.
It's a big leap.
Very good.
Anytime you go over 100 some
Good
points,
leap.
yeah, that's always
It's a
good
very
thing.
exciting play. That's what I love about a
Sure
block.
it is.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa.
Yeah,
and then
it's the
crowd
worst
goes
sound
up.
in football. Thump.
Yeah,
that thump.
And then the ball kind of sometimes bounces around. And
So then you
stadium's
have,
freaking
and the
out.
last thing on that, you have the craziness of like, what do you do? The ball's blocked and it's behind the line of scrimmage. It's an all-cost scoop and score. The ball's blocked and it goes beyond the line of scrimmage. That's a Peter call, get away. Because if you touch it and they recover it, now it's going back to them. If it's behind, you can go scoop and score and try to get those points on that.
Yeah,
this is a thinking man's game.
You've mentioned that some people aren't meant they could tackle the toughest guys. They're not meant to block punts. I think about sometimes the guys, they get punted into their chests.
Yeah.
They probably have the top of their fingertips might get like busted by that ball. It's gonna be a lot of pain by a punt, man.
I would not be the block guy.
I would not block the punt.
you'd be the mouthpiece guy.
Yeah,
tell them when to move.
Yeah, exactly.
You're the move call guy.
No, it'd be cool to block it, but I think it'd be very painful. That's why I really respect those guys.
It takes a special guy to be able to do it. Like I use the term "put your face in the fan." Don't pull the chute too early. All those drills that go with it, like that, and how you be able to block it. You can block same side of it, so then you don't get the roughing. So it makes you feel better with it. But not everyone gets to block a punt. It's set up, and when you have a punt block, there's only one or two guys that are really in the mix. It's like, hey, you're eating up this guy. You're eating up this guy. You're the two guys that are going to come free in this situation. That's what's going to happen with it. That's
super fun.
So it's fun to scheme and fun to talk throughout that. So
You got to eat a lot. You got to eat a lot of grass quick.
Yeah, the get off now. If you're real slow getting off, you can still block them really good. It doesn't matter.
No.
Or if you're really good at getting there, but you won't put your face on it, doesn't matter. You got to have it all.
Javin Wright had that.
Oh yeah, did a great job for us. Yep.
That's Football Facts Monday. Bills Thrills, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors. Dirk, Scott, and Ty, your contacts here for all your financial needs. Top of the hour next. NFL Draft recap next on Early Break in the Ticket.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-to-severe joint pain. Our patients no doubt with patients from you can get results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Spring is here and it's time to get those seeds in the ground. There's no time for delays if your equipment needs a new part. That's why thousands of premium John Deere parts for all your ag machines, planters, sprayers, and tractors. Acres has what you need now. Now, the team of John Deere certified technicians, Acres will diagnose and repair your equipment quickly. Visit acres.com to find your closest location. Our team of parts and service professionals are dedicated to keeping you operating at full capacity. Acres, solutions for every field.
Integrated Life Choices has been inspiring opportunities for individuals with disabilities for more than 15 years in Lincoln by offering a number of services. From group homes for needs adults to independent living resources and job training, you'll find the intellectual and developmental disability services your loved one needs. Also hiring. If you're looking for more about available positions. Learn more about services for your loved ones or employment today at ilc.net. Integrated Life Choices.
For great views, go to Kansas. For unforgettable view action-packed racing, go to Kansas Speedway. NASCAR weekend at Kansas Speedway, May 6th and 7th. Get your tickets today at kansasspeedway.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel. So do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck. So stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, a print away. 310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Vershawn Jackson for Brant Excavating. In business years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brant is the place to call. To set up a quote or learn more, call Brant Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrantExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brant Excavating, a part of the Bauer brand, who reminds you, go big Brant.
They say that April showers bring May flowers, but May delivers a lot more than that at GE Landscape Supply. Stop by for the Spring Landscape Days sale with almost everything on sale. Get 15% off of mulch, 10% off decorative rock, 20% off of flagstone, 25% off of decorative cobblestone, 15% off of stone edging, and 10% off soils. Save up to 25% rain or shine from May 1st through the 6th at GE Landscape Supply. Spring Landscape Days open Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
It's April, and that means the school year is almost over and summer road trips are on the horizon. Stop telling yourself you'll upgrade your car someday and do it now. Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about a current car barely surviving a road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride, as summer road trips are just around the corner. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break with Sip and Jake, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
And Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
This is Early Break with Sip and Jake.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Fun show so far. You get the podcast at theticketfm.com. You can always watch and comment on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Allo Channel 951. You can call or text us 402-464-5685. Hour 1, sponsored by Gaina Trucking. Hour 2, sponsored by Midwest Bank.
Real fun.
Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank, our 7 a.m. sponsor.
Check the hat out. Is this the Midwest Bank?
I don't have it on today.
It's not.
Okay, well, never mind.
It's the wrong hat. It's the one you had, Sip. It's the hat you had on when you were doing the live remote for the spring game.
Oh.
Yes, you took that to Tipsy Tina's. Yes, you had it on there.
That was your live. It's a great hat. I wore mine yesterday.
Good looking hat.
Yeah.
7:14, 7:15 just changed. 7:15, May 1.
That's what. Yeah, that's the time and the date.
That is what. Also, it's a very big date to me because this is the birthday of my youngest.
Wow. Okay.
And my oldest. Same day.
No.
Same day.
More birthdays.
Sydney, who was standing right here, and Gigi was right over here.
Yeah.
Same day.
Birthday.
May 1st.
One was to your right and one was to your left.
Yes.
Yes.
Today's a big day.
I'm trying to
Yesterday
paint
was
the picture for the listener.
Yesterday was family birthday.
Oh God!
At the Fertiska house.
You are still sending a lot of texts. You are very active. You're still ripping off texts.
Well,
Bill can multitask.
We had the texts were coming in the morning.
There's a lot.
Sunday morning texts.
Yes,
there's a lot on Sunday morning. There were.
Yes.
I woke up like, geez, there's like 25 texts here.
I don't think there was 25.
Well, I mean, but you guys had gone back and forth at this point.
We had a lot of stuff going.
I finally got to it. So
they're
anyway, it's
I gotta say they're interesting.
Well, happy birthday to them.
Yes,
to Gigi and
Sydney.
Gigi and Sydney. Happy birthday.
Easy to remember.
Yes.
Sydney, Australia.
Yes.
And
or Sydney, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could go your
You
own
go
state,
either one.
Okay, let's talk NFL.
Yes, NFL draft happened this weekend. Of all 7 rounds are completed as of Saturday night.
Yes.
And
What's going on there?
Nebraska has only 2 players drafted, both in the 6th round. O'Shawn Mathis and then Trey Palmer. He goes to the Buccaneers.
O'Shawn Mathis goes to the L.A. Rams.
That's right. L.A.
Jake,
Rams
in the 6th round.
L.A. Rams.
Yes. So O'Shawn, it was kind of interesting. I talked to O'Shawn on Saturday.
Nice.
And he was a nervous wreck, he said. It was a very nerve-wracking process. And I mean, he was obviously thrilled. Palmer, on the other hand, Trey, said, no. He goes, I really don't get anxious. I've got good patience, so that it didn't affect me. It's sort of interesting how guys approach this. I would think it'd be nerve-wracking as you wait and you see all these guys picked off the board. Now, Trey Palmer's interesting to me because he ran the fastest time of any receiver at the combine. He 4.33. Still waited till the sixth round. Drafted though.
I was a little surprised.
He went to 6?
Yeah, I thought it'd be a little sooner than that, but not a bunch. The thing you have to remember, cash-wise, talking money.
Okay.
Not a big deal. 5th, 6th, I mean, the top 5 pick, first round, like that. After that, it's dramatic of how it goes. So, and then when you get late, when you get like to the 7th round, now you're getting drafted just to say I got drafted, and I would want that too. It's cool to say I was drafted, but the free agent has a better situation in the 7th round than being drafted.
So
in the
you
7th
are all
round.
about that.
Because
That's always kind of a debate, Jake.
Now you get to pick where you want to go, and it's not like, well, your 7th round draft pick, the money. No, it's not. That's
Is
not
there
where
a
it's at.
commitment question at all? Like, is a team? I'm just asking. Is a team more committed to a player at drafts?
They have no problem cutting anyone past the 5th, the 5th round. If it doesn't work, like now, just let them go. If you make a mistake in the 1st round, you're going to get a couple years because the GM and whoever, they just can't eat that.
What about
one.
the 2nd round?
2nd round, even that's pretty strong. That'd be a big mistake. 3rd, but when you get back to the 4th, the 5th, if it's just like, no, you just a no, it's a miss. It's a we move
so
on.
You'd rather not get drafted in the 7th.
The 7th, you would rather have your freedom to be able to look at it and say, okay, what are my best chances to go? Now, you get drafted. They obviously like you. One team gets 7 picks, or you might have some other things.
There's some prestige involved.
So there is. I would want to be that. I would want to get. I would much rather be drafted just to say, I got drafted. But as far as like the business part of it is probably smarter to sit there and say, hey, where can I go to? What just happened? All the situations that you have lined up. It's a very intriguing thing. I spoke with several of the management in NFL, and it's so crazy how it goes. So when the free agents get their call, this is for free agent signees, not just mini camp invitees. When they're going to sign a contract as a free agent, they get a phone call. So say they call you up like that. Hey, just to get a hold of you real quick. Great job like that. We have this. Here's our offer. Are you accepting it? Because when we hang up this phone and we talk again, it's way different. So it's like this. You got to be prepared when they start calling like that. When you answer the phone like that, it's like, okay, we have this offer. You taking it? You say no. You pretty much said no to them.
Is it your agent involved in this at all?
They're involved. They are involved.
You don't want your girlfriend to answer the phone.
They can help with this, but you have to have kind of a thing in your head, in your mind, of where you're at with stuff, because they'll tell them, hey, if you call us back in 5 minutes, this phone conversation will be way different.
Yeah.
So that's just because guess what everyone's doing? There's a pool of free agents that there's probably in that 25, 30, whatever these numbers of guys that they're the high end free agents. There's 32 teams calling them, trying to say they want him to sign as a free agent.
Was Garrett Nelson a high end free agent?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I was still, because of what teams told me and what coaches told me, very surprised he didn't get drafted in the 6th, 7th round. They told me if he's available, we will take him in the late rounds.
Garrett Nelson signs with the Dolphins.
So he signed as an undrafted free agent.
To the Dolphins.
Run down the list of guys if you don't mind.
Yep.
Now, I don't know. Now, we got to make a distinction on this, and we don't know all of these, whether they signed as an undrafted free agent or they just got invited to a rookie minicamp. And there's a colossal difference.
Yes.
There's a colossal difference. We don't.
There's definitely a difference. I would say this: your chances of making the team are probably about the same, though.
Really?
I mean, as far as free agents, like, yeah, we're going to look at you in the same time. And when they walk in, there's not like the mini camp invitees. You guys are over there, in the trailer. These other guys, the free agents, are over here. They're in the complex. It's not quite like that.
Just to back up Bill saying that Garrett Nelson could have been drafted. This is from Barry Jackson, the Miami Herald. It says the Dolphins used one of their 30 allotted visits to Garrett Nelson to their headquarters for Garrett Nelson, and he chose Miami over 11 other offers.
11 other free agent
Garrett
offers.
Nelson had 11 other offers.
Well, I know for a fact that also, here's what you look at, are they serious or not? When, like on Pro Day, when Garrett got done with Pro Day, he had meals set up with coaches, not just scouts, with coaches. So you don't do that if you're just kind of out there. When they're like, hey, I'm going to be there for Pro Day, I'm going to watch you, I'm going to work you out, and then we're going to meet at Laszlo's at 1, then I'll meet you at 6 o'clock. So when you're having meals or you're going, if they're inviting you down to their complex, if they're inviting you into their complex, they have a lot more interest in you.
Yeah.
But you never know. The thing about it is, it's just like crazy. I mean, I know for a fact that the Bengals loved him. I talked to the position coach, for a long time. He was like, I mean,
What
loved
position
him.
are we talking about?
Loved him. Outside backer
Outside
type.
back, okay.
And just multiple different things, but they loved him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. They get to the 7th round, and they got to take a tight end. So priorities get you going in that spot.
All right, more guys. Jake.
Okay, Travis Vokalek, tight end, going to the Ravens.
And he's signed as an undrafted free agent.
That's right. These are all undrafted. So the only players drafted were O'Shawn Mathis and Trey Palmer in the 6th round. Anybody else they mentioned, undrafted free agent signings.
Or a rookie minicamp.
Right. Oliver Martin signs with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Caleb Tanner with the Jets. Chris Kolarovich has been invited to minicamp with the Bears, and Brady Weiss, long snapper, who Bill spoke highly of in the past, gets a rookie minicamp invite with the Houston Texans. Other former Huskers, Adrian Martinez to the Detroit Lions.
Yes.
Cade Warner to the Tampa Bay Bucks. Max Dugan from Council Bluffs, the TCU quarterback, is going to the Chargers, 7th round pick.
Oh, he went in the 7th.
7th round
Think about that.
pick.
Second in the Heisman.
7th round pick.
Played in the national championship game.
Right.
Pick number 239 overall.
One thing about you guys some others.
Yeah, a couple more. Tyjon Lindsey, former Husker, went to Oregon State, Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
And Jordan Riley, who was on the defensive line, then went to Oregon with Tony Tuioti. 7th round pick by the New York Giants.
Was Lindsey drafted?
No.
Okay.
Undrafted free agent.
Now here's what Bill's going to get me on this, but I should have put together a list of guys. Well, here's the
predicting this again.
He says I don't do my research. There's one thing I didn't do that I wanted to do is put together a list of guys that went really low and how good those guys are, like Deuce Vaughn.
6th round pick to the Cowboys.
Deuce Vaughn, obviously a great player. I hope what other players see is how tough this is to get drafted. I mean, it is
really hard.
Really hard. I mean, Deuce Vaughn, what would you say his value to K-State's program was? Like, he's
incredible,
iconic figure in that program's history now. 6th round pick. 6th round pick.
Mo Ibrahim.
Was he drafted?
I think he was free agent.
Oh, Bill, that's a good.
What I felt was one
example.
of the best running backs in the Big Ten.
That's a good
if not
example.
the best. All coaches had to defend and be like, oh man.
Wait a second. He wasn't drafted. God,
trying to find it.
Check it out. I don't think he was.
I don't
now
think
that
he
Bill
was.
mentions it,
I'm pretty sure.
I watched a lot of the draft. I did watch a lot of it.
I only watched like the 6th and 7th round. That was it.
Yep, you're right. Detroit Lions.
What?
Undrafted. Mo Ibrahim. Undrafted.
Now
think about Lions.
Think about now. I know what listeners are going to say right now. They're probably texting right now saying he's got a lot of tread on his tires. Had injuries,
which is true. He does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Doesn't Achilles
a lot of carries?
There's a lot of carries, a lot of physical carries.
God, he's a good player though. Really good player. See, that's a great example. Deuce Vaughn's a great example. I don't know. I noticed Payne Durham was picked low, but that didn't. I guess
tight end from Purdue.
Yeah, didn't surprise me quite as much because he doesn't run that well. But yeah, if you look at the draft, every year I'm astounded when I'm looking at the late rounds. Oh my God, that guy waited that long.
Yeah.
Well, here's some numbers in terms of the Big Ten and where Nebraska stood up to that in the overall picture. So the SEC led the way with 62 players drafted. Big Ten just behind with 55. This is the 17th.
Wait a second, 62.
Yeah, the SEC for the 17th straight year had the most picks of any conference. 17 straight year. Okay. Big Ten just behind them, 7 behind with 55 picks.
Thank you.
So here's your rundown. Michigan leads the way with 9 players drafted.
They won the league.
Ohio State and Penn State both had 6 players drafted. It
Second,
seems low
third
for
best
Ohio
team.
State. 6 players?
Yeah, it does seem a little low.
Purdue had 5 players drafted.
Won the West.
Iowa and Northwestern and Illinois all had 4 players drafted. Minnesota and Wisconsin had 3. Nebraska 2. Rutgers 1. Indiana 0. That's
Nathan.
your rundown. They got Nathan.
It matters. I mean, Michigan won the league. They had the most players drafted. It makes sense. Doesn't always work that way, but it often will. That's they got the dudes. Ohio State, that's a little low.
6, 6 is low for them.
Yeah, it's a little low. Bill sent us a one of his texts was Georgia. I think they have now all players from their defense.
The entire 2021 defense has been drafted. The entire drafted. They've also, I think Kirby Smart is way ahead of Nick Saban as far as draft picks in the number of years he was the head coach.
Okay.
He's like 2 years ahead of Saban on the total number of draft picks. What he was at.
I wonder what Jimbo is on that.
But also to back up Alabama, which I brought up earlier, they for instance, first time since 1967, they had the first offensive pick in the draft and the first defensive pick in the draft from the same school. So that hasn't happened since
Alabama.
Right? Bryce Young and Will Anderson.
Roll Tide.
Yes.
Roll
So
First and third picks overall.
Still a lot of players. And what's interesting, like one of the top, Elias Ricks is one of the top corners, 5-star, coming out of high school from Modern Day High School in California. Came to LSU, played 2 years. I really liked him. Played well for us. Played as a true freshman. Transferred to Alabama. He signed as a free agent.
Man.
So
interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Just trying to see, like, it shows the numbers in terms of all the different conferences, how they got picked. So the Big Ten again had 55 picks.
55.
After them, there's a big drop off.
Go.
So okay, once again, SEC 62, Big Ten 55, third, ACC with 33.
Man,
big
Big
drop
drop.
off.
Big
Yeah.
drop.
And then the Big 12 had 29 players, Pac-12 27. The AAC/FCS, why they teamed together, I'm not sure why, were 10 from that group, that conference, those conferences.
What was it? AAC.
It says AAC/FCS. I don't know why FCS is in the same category.
have
we
no
missing
idea.
something here?
Would be 10.
Yeah.
Sun Belt 9, Mountain West 5, CUSA 2, and Division 2 players drafted. I don't know why would they put FCS with the AAC.
Anyway, that's
The only thing is James Madison in the AAC.
I think they're saying sorry. The AAC and FCS had 10 players, both from the conference.
Oh,
okay.
One,
Not one. Okay.
yeah, that it was confusing there.
Yeah, that just looked confusing.
Okay.
Got me.
At any rate, yeah, best football's played in the SEC and Big Ten.
Not even close.
I just stated the obvious, but it is.
I'm surprised you didn't come at this more of your stance last week about Nebraska and the lack of All-Americans, how it's hurting them. You know, they got 2 players drafted.
It's pretty self-evident. It's just
sixth round.
self-evident.
That's it.
I think what's evident
Nobody
about
high
it
at all.
is they're both 1-year portal players.
There you
Sure,
go.
there you go.
They're
See,
1-year
so Nebraska's
portable players.
only drafted players were less than a year in the program.
Now that's a good point there.
Less than a year in the program. That's it. So no players that came through were drafted
Correct.
through the ranks. I don't know what to say about that. And I would tell you this. There's one player right now that I would say is a surefire draft pick at Nebraska, Quentin Newsom. I would say surefire on him.
But day 3 probably for him?
I don't know.
I don't think he's day 1. He's not day 1.
No, doesn't look like day 1 right now.
And it's just again, like, and not disagreeing with you. It's just hard. Like I said, Elias Ricks is 6'1", really long. Started for Alabama, free agent.
It is hard.
Just so you know, it's really hard.
It's really hard. But what I'm saying, what my stance is, if you're lining up against a team like Michigan, which has 9 NFL draft picks, and you have 2, I'm picking Michigan every time. And if Nebraska wants to win the Big Ten, that they have to get back in the business of having 4, 5, 6 draft picks a year, which was common. I mean, I covered it for many years. Draft day was busy. You were covering a team that had 7, 8, 9 draft picks. That's how you win the Big Ten. To shrug your shoulders and say, yeah, I think we can do it without it. Okay.
No.
Yeah, let's see how that goes. Yeah, see if you can beat Michigan. See if you can beat a team with 6 draft picks if you have a 0 or 1. It just doesn't add up. You might be able to upset them, but that'd be it. I hate to be that guy to say
It's fine.
stuff.
Well, Purdue.
No, I don't think there's anything pushed back on that. No one would push back.
No one's
on
pushed
that.
back. Purdue had 5 players. They won the division.
They won
this
the
year.
West.
Won the West.
They had the
won
most
the West.
players in the West drafted in the NFL.
Right. That's it. You got to get those dudes. You got to be able to identify them too.
A draftable quarterback, which he should have been a draft. I would say that Adrian McConnell's how we said.
Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell.
He didn't get drafted?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
He better have.
He will play 10 years in the NFL.
You like him?
I think he'll be like a backup for a lot of it, but I think that will be.
Aiden O'Connell was a 4th round pick to the Raiders, pick 135.
That's pretty high.
He can make some throws. He makes some freaky throws.
Yeah. And he's very intelligent. And also, he was trained under a great quarterback coach in Braum.
Yes,
So
Jeff Braum.
So when he gets to where he's going, he's going to have a really good feel for what's going on.
He does make some throws,
Yeah,
doesn't
he makes some throws like
Like
that.
you're just like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
He was like 7th string at one point there when he
Yeah,
started there.
he was low.
7th or
Yeah.
8th string, just kept rising.
Just kept on that.
Kept grinding. He
They
was
went-
grinding.
Charlie grinding. They got Charlie Jones got drafted.
He did.
The receiver from Iowa that transferred to Purdue. which
Pretty
was-
low. Pretty low.
He was really banged up this last year. Barely practiced. Try to get him to the games. Was really banged up. He was a great punt returner for Iowa the year before, and he really did anything for Purdue.
Charlie Jones to the Bengals.
Yes,
be a kick
Yeah.
returner, punt returner. Maybe you can get on the. I mean, tough to crack that lineup with the receivers they have in Cincinnati. But
Stanley Morgan
can he
would
be
agree
a
with you.
returner though.
Yeah,
Great
Stanley
returner.
Morgan would agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you're Charlie Jones and the Bengals pick you, I guess you're happy. Then you look at the receiver depth chart. But man, I'm telling you, I used to do that with these guys that were like Westerkamp, Bell. So I would look, okay, can they make this team? Oh boy, look at the receivers. You go to every NFL team and look at the receivers and look at the depth chart. You're like, I don't know how you're going to, it's really hard to make it as a receiver in that league. You're just like, oh God. I mean, there's no, and they don't keep that many.
They don't keep that many. I don't know if they're in the 5 or 6 range.
5 or 6.
They get some in that range.
You better play special teams.
Be really good at it. Which Charlie Jones can do. And he's tough enough to cover kicks too. That's what matters also. Will he go cover kicks?
Oh God, that's big.
This is a
Stanley
great,
Morgan would tell you that.
Great take from Corey before we get to break. He says, it's shocking that after all these recent years of poor draft showings that Nebraska is still top 10 all time in NFL drafted players. I mean, they've had a dry spell and they're still top 10 all time.
All right.
That's a great point.
Corey.
Our
God bless
breakers, I tell you what, they know their stuff.
They're smart people.
We're talking to a
Breakers,
very sharp audience.
Oh, they are. Sharp.
Yes.
They catch you when you say something stupid. I know
Happens a
that.
lot. Well, we're used to that, right? It's pretty common on this show. When we come back, hey, there was some great stories, some big upsets in the NBA and NHL playoffs. We'll discuss that next. Mr. Candy Ciggs guy on early break in the ticket.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
This is Jay Foreman. I'm protecting it now by staying with the bivalent COVID. Get up to date while it's still. Learn more at healthy.org.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club or space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? No, forget that. How about a margarita club? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge and join the best club in town. 10 flavors of margaritas like Maui Wowie, burnt pineapple, and mango tango. Try all 10 of them and receive your own souvenir margarita glass. Make it your new Monday night tradition. $4 margaritas and $4 taco baskets. Grab the crew and head on over Monday nights or any night. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
There's a lot of realtors in Lincoln, but don't get overwhelmed by all the names. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realtor Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate is your go-to option when buying or selling residential and commercial property. Ben's team offers unbeatable customer service and promises to make the buying and selling process as stress-free as possible. Call Ben today at 402-419 6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Biker with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Ambassador Real Estate. Pressure, just professionalism.
Vershawn Jackson for Brandt Excavating. Brandt's been in business for 29 years, and they specialize in a variety of things. If you're looking for someone to get the job done in precision demolition, excavating, trucking, mass grading, and site prep, Brandt is the place to call. To set up more, call Brandt Excavating at 402-474-4113 or go to BrandtExcavating.com. They're also hiring, so join the team today. Brandt Excavating, a part of our brand, who reminds you, go big brand.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused. When tough situations in life, the business feels anything but for your betters. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat you like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Your home should not be a zoo to unwelcomed animals. Let the experts at Bats to Rats take care of those problems. Dane has been a leader in wildlife and pest management and prevention in Lincoln and the surrounding area for 15 years. He can help you get rid of bats, rodents, and anything else. Whether it's residential or commercial buildings, schools, apartments, or churches, they're always a phone call away. Call today at 402-310-0904 or visit batsterats.com. Bats to Rats Wildlife Control and Prevention.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carry out, or schedule a catering at truck.com.
Are you looking for a solid, stable career in assembly, machining, or injection molding? We got you covered. Hi, Bob Williams, HR Director for Garner Industries, a world-class manufacturer with Street right here in Lincoln. And I just listened that you can logging into GarnerIndustries.com. If you want top pay, excellent benefits, flexible work hours, and the opportunity to work in a clean, modern, air-conditioned facility, contact me today by applying online.com.
This is former Husker Kenny Wilhite. Some kids worry about basic math, others worry about basic needs. In Lincoln, 132 kids are receiving intensive support from Cedar Street Outreach Team. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day on May 24th, your gift goes even further. Go to GiveToLincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars to support Lincoln kids. That's GiveToLincoln.com, helping kids through Cedars.
Bagels & Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels & Joe.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL Weather. Brought to you by Brian Heating Electric.
Sunny skies. It'll be a little windy, though, as north winds gust over 30. We'll be looking at an afternoon high of around 63. Clear skies tonight, a little cool with a low down to around 35. Not quite as windy tomorrow, sunny and a little warmer. We should see a high of around 66. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This.
Anybody who knows me knows I was cocky out of the womb.
Is Early Break with Sip and Jake. Brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketf.com.
When you're in your first playoff series since 2006, a team you don't want to play against is the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry, who's still on the roster, and Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins. The poor Kings, the poor Sacramento Kings, the 3 seed, were up 2-0 in the series, felt good. They were down 3-2. They won a great Game 6 on the road. You think, okay, it's our time. And then Steph Curry goes for a record high 50 points in Game 7.
On the road.
50. And the Warriors blow out the Kings.
And I'll tell you what, I watched it.
In Sacktown.
He made it look easy.
I know. Well,
he did.
Does it a lot.
He made I don't know how. Game 7 on the road.
We
And
know
that place
we
was
know
loud.
we
That
know
place
how loud
was
that
loud.
place
Wow.
has some energy to
I'm
it.
telling you, he made it look easy. I watched it. I don't even know what to say.
Final score 120-100. So they win by
They
20
drilled
points on the road.
Outscored them 20 in the second half, 62-42.
There you go.
Jeez.
So it's a tie game at halftime. Then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Outscored them.
Yeah, that was a great win by Golden State and sets up what I think is a fascinating series against the Lakers. That will
That will
begins
have intrigue, even with me.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. I'm going to
You're a
watch
Lakers
that.
fan. That's a very intriguing.
6th seed and the 7th seed.
Yeah. See what
second
you
round.
saw yesterday was that again, that's just my opinion. You guys can hammer me if you want. Experience matters. Age matters. Playoff experience matters. Sacramento, as a franchise, was not ready to win that series. Golden State said, "Okay, we're the defending champs. We've been here multiple times. We know what we're doing here. You guys just, maybe next
Cute story. Yeah. Try
Yeah.
again next time.
Maybe next year. I mean, Sacramento's good. That's a good team. But you're talking about Draymond and Clay and Curry and these. And by the way, Kevon Looney, 21 rebounds in that game. 21 rebounds. 21 rebounds.
But I wonder how long they all played together this year with Golden State as far as the full roster, load management, all those different things. Because that's an old team now. That's an old team. You take Draymond, you take Steph,
Clay Thompson.
and Clay Thompson. I mean, Clay's been through Achilles and ACL.
He's had a couple
Achilles
injuries.
and ACL.
Yeah, and he didn't shoot it well yesterday. He was about Jake. What was he? I think it was 3 for 14 or something like that. He didn't shoot it well.
He was.
Check that.
Yes.
So,
hang on. It's loading.
Yeah. Loading.
Look, it says page not found. It's great.
That's great.
Thank
That's great.
you.
I'll get it. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Coffee talk.
Coffee talk.
Yeah, tough.
Clay Thompson, was 4 for 19 for 16 points.
Yeah.
Wiggins was just 5 for 16 also.
Steph carried.
Yeah.
Steph was 20 of 38. He took 38 shots in the game.
I'll take 20 of 38.
7 of 18 on threes, made 50 points. Like this is my team. Just get on my back. I'll take it.
It was stunning
carry
to
you
me.
guys.
It was stunning to me. I know I've repeated myself, but how do you score 50 in a game 7 on the road and make it look easy? He has quite an arsenal of shots now.
Yes.
I mean, he's not just a 3-point shooter now. He's going. He makes a lot of shots in the lane that are like, how do you do that?
So impressive win for the Warriors. Also, the Miami Heat, they beat the Bucks in 5 games, and then they won at New York yesterday.
Yep.
So they're up 1-0. Jimmy Butler rolled his ankle at the end of the game. We'll see if he can play game
Kept playing.
2. He did keep playing. This was mid 4th quarter.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go.
Made the late 4th quarter.
5 minutes to go. 5:05.
He stuck around and played, but he was hobbling, but he still had a great game.
Did Jimmy is Bill would love coaching him. He's a dude. He's one of the toughest guys you'll ever see.
It'd be fun to coach.
1-0 Heat, the 8 seed lead the Knicks. And then the NHL,
Unreal.
There was
I'm
two,
telling you right now, this is
two
unreal.
great stories in the NHL. Now, number one, we'll get to last night first. Whereas the Florida Panthers were the 8 seed in the Eastern Conference, and they were a severe underdog. We're talking about one of the best.
Like 1 versus 16 in the NCAA tournament.
Seriously,
and then you had to beat them 4 times, not once.
Absolutely, yeah. This is not a one-off.
Yeah,
This is 4 times.
4 times.
The Panthers win in overtime last night in Boston, 4-3.
Okay,
and they are moving on. The Bruins, who had this amazing,
most
incredible season,
wins in the history of the NHL, most goals in the history of the NHL, and they were up 3-1.
They were up 3-1.
Up 3-1. Lost 3 in a row. It was amazing to watch. They scored. I would say the Florida Panthers scored with about a minute and a half to go to force overtime.
58 seconds.
58
seconds.
The shot was
left.
an unbelievable.
You guys were
slap
watching this.
Oh God, yeah, we were watching.
Yeah.
Our whole
Awesome.
We had our whole family watch it. When they scored, we went nuts. And then I remember they came back out, and I go, "This is hard." You use all that energy to get to overtime. Usually, it's kind of.
There was a shot with about 40 seconds into overtime. The Bruins had a shot that looked like it was going to go win. It hits the top of the goalie's stick.
Oh boy!
For it wasn't like not like the top of it, the
not
handle,
the meat of
the
it.
handle
Hit the handle,
and it deflects out. It's like, wow, I was fortunate, and the Panthers ultimately win the game 4-3.
It was nuts to watch.
Was it quiet in the Boston Garden?
Oh, it was real quiet.
Like Bill said, the best regular season.
Their fans were
ever,
just
they lost in the first round.
Yeah, they were just crushed.
Oh,
they gave up 7 goals in Game 6.
Yeah.
They would get, like Bill said, up 3-1. Game 6. The Panthers scored 7 goals to force Game 7.
On Cornhusker at that Subway, one of the guys in there he's from Boston and he loves the Bruins. He's going to be crushed. I almost don't want to go in there today. He's going to be crushed. Yeah. He'll be crushed.
And
I mean, all season long, all he talked about.
Our whole family cheered, and trust me, we're not wearing Florida Panthers.
No. Right. You got Golden Knights gear on.
I'm Golden Knights. So.
Golden Knights.
Yes.
Golden Knights.
Yeah. Golden. Yeah.
So
Knights.
I want to read now. The other story of the NHL was this.
What?
Do you remember when we talked about the Toronto Maple Leafs?
Oh yes.
And how they were going to have to go, call remote broadcast on the road when they were playing Tampa Bay.
Yes. Right? The Lightning.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Yeah. So this is from Awful Announcing.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the first paragraph. I'm going to read a short paragraph. It says, the Toronto Maple Leafs game-winning overtime goal in Game 6 over the Tampa Bay Lightning was the kind of moment that every broadcaster dreams of calling. Unfortunately for radio announcer Joe Bowen, his call of the magical moment got flubbed, thanks in part to having to call the game remotely. We said this would happen because they had a glitch. They didn't see it in real time.
Why didn't they travel? Why didn't they travel, Jake?
COVID-19.
COVID-19.
That's why I didn't travel. Can they wear a mask?
This is the first playoff series. The first series they've won in 19 years.
God
almighty. A 2-1 overtime win over Tampa
from
Bay.
a country that invented the game.
Jake, you said it would happen.
Yeah.
We called this.
We all said it was mayhem.
This, and it happened.
That we called what?
There'd be error. That there'd be. How do you see what's going on? What's
broadcast
error?
Because there's glitches when you're not actually watching it live. If you're watching it on a TV broadcast, there's a chance there's a glitch. There was.
I wonder if GMs of stations all over America will take note of this, and think twice about keeping your guys back. Could have been they framed it up as a COVID move. I got to think just cost cutting move.
I don't know. You're on a team plane. I thought about this though too.
What do you mean team plane? What?
Well, yeah, I mean they're on the team plane. The people go with it, so there's enough room. There's enough seats.
Oh,
it's not
okay.
They're not booking their
maybe
own.
Now maybe we never traveled. I didn't travel with you. Remember, I didn't ever travel on the team.
That would have been awesome. I'd love to see Sipple coming on there, just trying to get into his seat and just trying to get an ice cream bar quick.
After
So here's the deal.
Where's the jelly bar?
Joe Bowen, he called the wrong guy for the goal. He thought on the
did.
It looked like he thought it was Morgan Riley. He says Mo Riley. We're going to the second round, and I guess they. By the way, it probably wasn't him. They're saying it was John Tavares was the one who scored the historic goal.
Okay.
And then after the game, Bowen responded to a fan's criticism of this game call, saying he did his best given that he was watching the game on a TV monitor and not live in the arena. The quote was, when the TV shot doesn't show the Tavares celebration until well after the fact, it's rather difficult to make the call off the TV monitor. By the initial celebration, it appeared Morgan Riley had scored. My bad. End quote. Let them be at the game. Let the broadcasters be at the game.
That had to be a nuts scene. Just that is awesome. And then the Avalanche lost last night too.
The Avs.
The Kraken.
Seattle.
The Kraken beat them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. A lot going on in hockey. You want to see something intense? Playoff hockey.
Yes.
Playoff hockey is just like buckle up. It's unreal.
So yeah, that was Game 7.
Fun.
Kraken beat the Avs 2-1. So they win in 7 games. Kraken.
I agree with you. I'd say the NBA is the same way.
I agree with that.
Yeah, NBA is intense, and these are good playoffs. Heat Knicks will be a good playoff round. I think if the Heat just don't, Jake, I think
Jimmy's got to be healthy.
I think your Heat.
Jimmy's ankle has to be healed.
You know what?
They're screwed.
You know what though? The Knicks were without Julius Randle.
They were. He'll play probably game 2. They're assuming.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Where Jimmy, we'll see.
Okay, and then
love how we talk about Jimmy like we know him.
Jimmy Butler.
Hope Jimmy's good.
Jimmy's been on fire these playoffs.
We should call him, see if we get him on the show tomorrow.
Hey, Jimmy, you want to do an interview in Lincoln, Nebraska with us real quick?
We'd love to have
Jamal Murray was on fire Saturday night, too, and the Nuggets win. He had 34.
Yes.
Nuggets beat the Suns. They're up 1-0. That's a good series, too.
And there's your recap of NHL and NBA. A lot
Nuggets,
of drama.
Nuggets are going to win it all.
Oh, now hold on. I want to say something now, Bill. There's one thing you got to think about in that. They are incredible offensively, but they don't defend the rim that well. And LeBron and AD can get to the rim.
If they don't defend the State.
I'm just going.
They got to get past Golden State.
I'm going Nuggets. I've always loved Fat Lever.
Don't defend
I always
the rim
loved him. Dan Issel.
The missile.
With no
with the missile.
He had both teeth were out. His front teeth were out. So that was
David Thompson.
David Thompson.
Skywalker.
They have Alex English.
Yes,
Alex
they
English,
did.
Yes, they did.
Absolutely.
And they had the sweet unis too.
Yep.
They had the really sweet unis.
You're going back. You're going back now.
in a deal like that was awesome.
God, that
Well,
was beautiful.
You guys had a great week last week in the game show. 4-1. A 4-1 week. It's really well done. Corey had to take you down Friday.
You can't do the other hand.
I can't.
You can't. Oh, he says
he's got his bum shoulder. You know, the bum shoulder.
Talk to Nick. You're supposed to move it.
Yep. It's time to play Shut Up Sipple. Today's topic is colleges of all-time NFL rushing leaders.
Oh, we got that.
Oh, I
These
feel
are some of the best.
Okay.
Some of the best running backs ever to play.
Yeah,
What schools did they go to?
Yeah,
I got a chance at that.
All right, 464-5685. Shut Up Sipple starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
We have a line open for you, 402-464-5685. Who wants to take down Sip in trivia? I know you're intimidating after your 4-1 week last week, but it's
They want to come on. Take a
Are we
piece.
back? Are we back to 500 yet?
one game down.
Come on, take a shot at us.
Yeah, come on.
You want
bring
a
it on.
piece?
You want some
There
of
we
this? You want to dance?
Who wants to tango today? Who wants to
Yeah,
dance? Now the lines are jacked. You had to prod them on.
You gotta prod 'em on a little
You
bit.
want to dance?
You want to dance?
Come on, let's dance.
464-5685. Jason.
Nice.
Jason, how do you feel about colleges of all-time NFL rushing leaders?
Jason.
Jason, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, are you ready to play the game?
Let's do it.
All right.
Jason.
Here we go. Jason's
All right,
ready.
lock in.
Sounds like he's driving a combine.
Yeah.
Down Oak Street.
All right, down those streets. That combine on those.
I'm making my way through Iowa, so give me a break.
Oh,
you got
all right, yeah.
One break coming up.
Yep,
I-80.
I hope
That was
so.
a Van Halen reference, by the way. Did you catch that? One break coming up.
All right, Jason. First question goes to you. Bill is a lifeline for one
I'm a
question,
lifeline.
as always. Jason, first question. Jerome Bettis is 8th in all-time rushing yards in the NFL. What school did Jerome Bettis go to?
Notre Dame.
I think that's right.
It is.
Yeah, I know. Somebody moved my ding button over here.
Oh.
That's correct. That's correct.
Cause marital problems.
Look at this. Look, it said
You were
it's
in it for
something
2
else.
hours yesterday. What were you doing?
I didn't do that.
You have
Somebody
Chariots of
moved-
Fire still up there?
Somebody moved it.
Hit the Chariots
All
of
right,
Fire.
that's a ding, ding, ding. Correct.
Use Chariots
I will
of Fire
fix
now
this.
instead for the if they're correct.
Okay, it's a
Yeah.
1-0 lead.
Okay.
I don't know what just happened.
What happened here?
Listen, I don't know what happened there.
Destroying.
I wonder if it was Rico.
I'm going to blame Rico for this one.
I think it
Absolutely.
was Rico.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can do it right now, actually. How about this? Do delayed one.
Yeah.
That's not the right thing.
This is a
What the?
blank show.
Okay, it is. All right, 1-0.
It's not a hit show.
Somebody messed with my B bar
Yeah.
over here. All right, 1-0 lead for Jason. Sip, here's your first
God.
question. All right, Sip, Steven Jackson is 18th in all-time rushing yards in the NFL. What school did he go to?
I hope Bill knows this one. Steven Jackson.
Steven Jackson.
I thought he was a basketball analyst for BTN.
I have a guess if you don't have one, but I'm not sure on this. But I have a guess.
Steven Jack. Hold on now. Hold on. I do too. Hey, we can consult, right?
You got to take if you're going to consult.
Ooh, I was thinking something else, but I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right.
Oregon State.
Yeah, right thing either.
What was
What was that? What was that?
Somebody's changing my dings over here.
This is awful.
What the hell? What's
It is
that?
a ding, Jake.
All right, Oregon State was correct.
Yes.
1-1.
I got to figure this out. I'm getting pissed over here about this.
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
tell.
I can tell you're.
All right, Jason, for the lead, your last question. Corey Dillon is 20th in all-time rushing yards in the NFL. What school did he go to?
Oh, boy.
Pressure's on because I know it. Hey,
I thought you said I got billed for one lifeline.
No, the SIP test. SIP has the bill.
I know this one, so my safety is his eyes are big right now.
Who's the junior college club?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Careful.
How about let's go Oklahoma State? I don't think that's right.
That's okay. That's okay. It's Washington.
Hey, I got it back.
You did get it back.
I got it back.
Good job, Jake. Good job.
Isn't that the win?
No. Because if you miss this, then he can still let it go.
All right.
So this is
That's
for
how
the
we
win.
won.
Rules are hard.
No, you're up 2-1.
Okay.
You're up 2-1. This is for the win. If you
Okay.
miss this, Jason can steal.
All right, here we go.
Bills in play.
Bills in play.
John Riggins is 19th all-time
Got
in
it.
rushing yards in the NFL. What school did he go to?
Rock chalk. Brilliant. Rock chalk. Kansas is the answer.
I'm giving you one.
Do it again. Play it
Play
again.
it. It's
Keep
going.
playing
the
that.
foghorn
It's
again.
going.
They're coming in. Ships coming into port.
We're back to 500.
Bunch of bananas
Yeah.
coming into port.
That's right.
Crates of bananas.
All right. Jason, thanks for calling in with your bag on the coffee, but calling down the road. Nice try today. Good effort.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
Took a long time to get the dings correctly, but we got him. We got him.
got the
Don't
dings.
mess,
That was
don't
unreal.
mess with my B-bar. Not
I'm
you,
sorry.
not you guys.
I
Whoever
didn't
did
touch
it.
it.
Whoever did
What were the odds that me or Sipple were over there messing with the computer?
Yeah, right.
I mean, we'd have imagine. Hey, let's
Maybe we're trying to teach ourselves to run the show in case you just flake out again, go to Miami,
Show
then
up late.
Hawaii.
Yeah. He was gone for 2 weeks.
I was not. I was
Before-
gone for 1 week. 1 week in Hawaii.
Well, you
1
spent
week.
you
Seemed
spent,
like
you spent
two.
over 1 day in the air. It's
I
over
did,
one
I
full
did.
day in the air.
I did. See,
I'm going to Miami, then Hawaii.
Yeah.
Said nobody ever.
Ever.
except for Jake.
Ever.
Hey, Jake.
Ever.
Jake, 1-0.
1-0.
We've won 5 of 6.
you have.
Yes.
Quickly, tiebreaker. Who wants the number here?
I got it.
Emmitt Smith is first all-time in rushing yards with 18,355. How many running backs have over 10,000 career rushing yards in the NFL?
14.
It seems like a good number. It's a good number,
Over under.
isn't it? I'm going to say over.
31. I'm surprised by that.
Okay.
Ricky Williams is the lowest at like 10,007.
Yeah, I
yards.
should have been higher.
Yeah, it's easy to
10,000.
It's easy to fluff
Yeah.
that off.
Yeah.
Anyway, who was our caller?
That was Jason.
Jason, thank you. Drive safely to Iowa.
Through Iowa.
Yeah.
We appreciate you calling, and we really appreciate winning 5 of our last
Yes.
6.
They're on a heater.
Management's
Getting hot
off
over
our
Yeah,
back.
management's gonna be on. Yeah,
Off our back.
Confidence is
Yes.
high right now.
We are
Yeah.
at even 500.
Just name anything, we'll kill it.
Trivia
whatever
geniuses over here.
And the only thing we've lost is movie trivia.
And
all we lost.
Corey's tough. That's right. He's like, you're not going 5-0 on my watch.
Bring,
No way.
bring the national parks back, Jake.
Yeah, we'll see how we do that.
Yeah, see how we do that.
Spillover's next on early break in the ticket.
Look at your car. It's filthy and probably has a few dings and nicks all over it. Don't be that guy. Get it upgraded and repaired at Renew Your Auto. At Renew Your Auto, they offer services, ceramic coating, window tinting, paintless dent repair, washes and details, bed liners, body shop, and more. You go to get services like that all appointment today at renewyourauto.com. What Renew can do for you.
Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth. 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, Sean Callahan here with Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and it is Truck Month at Koppel, and we are pulling out all of the stops for this gigantic event. The lots are starting to fill, and we have some great deals for you waiting in Louisville. Brand new GMC Sierra Light Duty and new Silverado Light Duty trucks. All trim levels have up to $4,000 in discounts. That's right, up to $4,000 off all new light duty trucks right now at Koppel, so do not wait. Now is the time to buy a new truck, so stop on in or visit us online at koppelcars.com. You must have a trade-in and finance with Koppel. All deals with approved credit.
Attention, Lincoln. Looking for an effective way to reach the fitness goals you haven't Body fit training and space programming is multiple high-accredited coaches who are your case. Their group of strength training classes are designed to help you build, burn fat, and improve your overall fitness level. At BFT Lincoln, you'll train like an athlete and be surrounded by motivated and like-minded individuals. For a limited time only, book a free class or exclusive trial offer by visiting bodyfittraining.com. Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in April. Try their pesto cream cheese on any breakfast sandwich. And try the Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Teammates Mentoring Program. 4 locations in Lincoln, 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
Spring is here, and Acres has special financing on all John Deere lawn tractors and zero-turn mowers. Get your yard looking great and use John Deere's wide section of attachments to landscape your property to perfection. And for a limited time, with a purchase of a new John Deere mower, get up to $200 to apply to the steel power tool of your choice. From trimmers to chainsaws, gas or electric, Acres is your home for steel products and service. Acres, solutions for every field.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment. Baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to products with discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Motor Food is Lincoln's hardest rocking food truck and cafe. Motor Food creates old school comfort food with a 21st century twist and lots of rock and roll attitude. Try the barbecue pulled pork mac and cheese, the grilled chicken Firebird sandwich, a 100% all beef split grilled hot dog, and any version of their funky fries. Stop by the cafe just behind Outback Steakhouse on 48th Street, or catch the food truck out and about all spring and summer. Check out their menu, order carryout, or schedule a catering at motorfoodtruck.com.
Springtime is here, and it's work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and thetickfm.com.
It is time for the spillover with Raph and AD, sponsored by South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Dr. Martin and his team will take care of you down there for all your needs. Raph, you're back. Raph is back in California.
I'm back.
AD is in the house as well. Good to have you guys both here. Bill, you had something you want to get to for the spillover.
Well, I had this sent to me from a friend in the coaching profession, which I thought was interesting. So I'm going to hold this as being accurate.
Okay.
Is it 2019 Stanford wins the Pac-12?
2019.
2020 Northwestern wins the West with
of the Big Ten.
Of the Big Ten. Since then, this is kind of the quote on the what you'd say academic schools.
Academic schools.
Vandy, Duke, Northwestern, Stanford. Since that time, when things have changed now with portal and NIL, it's 20 wins and 74 losses.
Yeah, those schools is going to be tough, right?
There's generally no undergraduate transfers.
Right.
There is some graduate like that. NLI money is way less, and all those schools still require you to take the ACT.
Yeah,
there's the ACT test has been kind of thrown out at that. So now I'm just saying that's a lot. Like right now, they said players are leaving there. And then are they able to get them back?
How they get
them back in? Do the requirements limit you to where you can't do anything? If you
Of
lost,
course they do.
If players left the academies, decide I'm not doing this anymore. I'm leaving the academies of Army and Air Force and Navy. And it's not like, well, let's go to the portal. Like that, bring someone into the Navy Academy.
It's not really just the spirit of those institutions to play this sort of game where
and it's not.
This guy's leaving. Okay, we'll just get this guy to come in and we'll make the academic thing work.
It just makes it really.
Oh yeah, you can. Okay, I'm gonna say something. Jake's gonna kill me for it, but you can kiss Northwestern goodbye. I mean, Well, come on,
strong take.
When are they gonna win the Big Ten now?
You know, you look at
it's a good question.
Your service schools, Air Force, Army, Navy. First of all, those they have a very deep vetting process because those kids also owe the military time after they get done playing.
Oh, absolutely.
So
that was more of just kind of.
Yeah.
You're right, though, AD. 100% accurate.
So those guys in those service schools, they're not looking for a guy for 2 years to patch because that kid knows. Yeah, you got 2 years eligibility, but you got 4 years of military service after you're done.
Right.
That just, I think that eliminates quite a few guys in the
They're gonna not be in the game. Like the game is now. We can patch up our team through the portal, or we can try. It's a shaky game.
Same thing for a long time when Stanford was always, when they were doing very well, they were kind of a selection school. And I've lost players to Stanford. There were the parents like, we're going to go to Stanford
because
because it just the degree from Stanford just meant so much. And they were playing good football. They were playing good football. Well, now the issue with Stanford is that it takes so long to get in. You have to do such a process to get selected. So now, if all of a sudden they can't, also there's some in the portal that might even be Stanford-esque type person, the process to get in there with the essays you have to write, all the things, it would be forever. Yeah. But yet players there could leave Stanford, obviously, and get into almost anywhere. And like that, Northwestern's in the same boat. Northwestern has had some grad transfers, but the undergraduate part of it, and then where are they with collectives? I can't imagine that they're real big on that.
Well, what about Notre Dame though in this conversation? Don't they have pretty high academic
Yes,
standards,
that's a good point.
Yeah,
Jake.
they do. I would imagine,
so
but there has been a big thing with Brady Quinn has talked about. They have a collective.
Okay,
they do have a collective with that. But yes, they would be. I never felt recruiting against Notre Dame that it was that ridiculous though. That it was like this guy's no chance getting into Notre Dame.
Northwestern basketball is still. I mean, they had a great year. So I don't know what makes Northwestern basketball a little bit different, except it's two completely different conversations because of roster size.
Just roster.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Roster.
It was interesting when someone said that. I go, that there are some teams there. You go, wow.
It's going to be really hard for those teams that are academic for schools that have programs in academic institutions that take it very seriously. It's going to be very hard.
But yet in basketball, Princeton made the Sweet 16 this year.
Right. That's interesting. Yeah.
It's 15th.
It's different.
In
it's different.
an academic conference.
Now, if they stay together, they'll still be okay.
Yeah.
So I might say, if Stanford recruits, and those guys all stay there, they're okay. But if all of a sudden they get some guys that depart, they're going to go, you know what, I'm going to go play for South Carolina, or I'm going to go play for this, or I'm going to go do this, or I'm going to give more money to this, whatever. Then they can't replace them the same way. They don't have they can't, we lost a junior, we'll bring in a junior.
Well, you look at we thought we had was Rouse. You know,
Walter Rouse,
the big offensive lineman from Stanford.
Yeah. So they
replace a guy.
So
like
they
that.
lost a Rouse, so like you said, great point, AD. They lost a great offensive lineman who says, I just want to play it, whatever, and they can't go replace him. It'd be very hard. I mean, it'd be so hard. It'd be a miracle to go replace him.
Yeah, you're going to hear like a Keon Coleman, the Michigan State receiver, I'm going to Stanford. Probably not going to hear that. It's not going to be just a plug and play. They're just operating under different rules now because of what it is. The rules that they establish
standards either.
No, of course they won't.
No, nothing's going to change. No.
Just say,
I don't think that's actually good. I don't think they would.
No, that's
tough conversation for Northwestern. 3-9 2 years ago, 1-11 last year, and I do not see that team as a team that's gonna.
How many?
I mean, hey Jake,
that's 4 guys drafted from that team too.
Probably looking like a three win type team. This year?
What is the Heat like that? Because in general, right now, if you had a back-to-back any place in the Big Ten, SEC for sure, and you went 3-9, 1-11, you probably don't survive those two. So now you're looking at another year. Where are they at?
I don't know what you do with there. I mean, I hate to say,
I imagine the contract is still huge,
but that's not a desirable job though. If you're going to fire Pat Fitzgerald and say who's going to take this job right now,
somebody will take it. But you're right.
It's impossible. Yeah. Thanks for the nice facility we have here, but academic standards and NIL do not mix.
They lost numerous balls.
Are we going?
They got punted into the Lake Michigan.
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Are we going too far writing off Northwestern?
I
don't think so.
I don't think it's writing off too far, but I think it's looking at the current landscape of college football. It was already tough to get in there anyway. I think it just makes it that much tougher. And I do think because they just built that new facility a few years ago,
Beautiful facility.
and because they've had success in the past, I don't think any coach is safe anymore, regardless of what the standards are.
No.
I think his
I agree
runway,
with
he's already had a long runway. Think about it. He's been there a long time.
Oh, yeah. He's had to withstand some bad seasons.
Yeah. So I think the powers that be, I don't think anyone's safe, regardless of what the landscape looks like. He's going to have to do better than 3-9 and 1-11.
They probably took the worst hit on when it goes to no divisions of anybody.
Yeah.
When it goes to, hey, the 16 teams, adding USC, UCLA, got to be in the top 2. I mean, that's like a, that's a hard one there.
Yeah, that brings up another discussion too. You don't want the bottom to be, you don't want those teams at the bottom to feel zero hope, but it almost is going to feel that way with Northwestern.
I would have to agree.
They just don't have much hope. How do you
does Vandy have hope in the SEC?
Not really.
Baseball, they will.
That's the way it is.
Always in baseball, they will.
Yeah,
But
but
as far as
football,
football,
no. Yeah, they don't. No, it's
That's going to be tough.
They're trying to win 6. Yeah, trying to win 6.
Northwestern basketball was good. You said they were terrible in football, but they're good in basketball. They've got some things going for them.
They do.
They've had 2 years. They've had 2 years under Chris
Collins. Otherwise, it's a bunch of bad years.
A bunch of bad years.
Yeah, bunch of
but
bad
they have.
Well, now hold on.
No, they were in
NCAA tournament.
They've had 2 good years, and otherwise it's all.
No, they went NCAA tournament.
I know.
That the other good
2
year.
years.
That's a good year.
They've had 2 good years. That's it. The other ones.
The year
were
before
bad.
they were horrible.
Yes,
before this year.
That's right. Terrible.
Yeah, not good.
All right, that's it for
That's
us.
it?
That's right. The Drive is next for Bill Busch and Steve Sipple. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
That's it.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it a job,